is Achua Santa Fe. Sponsored by Ron Martin Air Conditioning, your independent Lennox dealer. And by Gulf Gate Mall, more than you can imagine, Gulf Gate Mall.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Tornado Alley, where tonight the Booker Tornadoes host the Santa Fe Raiders from Alachua County. It's a big ball game, Tim. A big ball game that, while on the surface, would appear to be kind of a mismatch given Booker's record and Santa Fe's record. But Santa Fe is a much stronger ball club, as you're about to tell us.
Yeah, that's for sure, Ralph. This is going to be one whale of a football game tonight. Alachua Santa Fe, you know, they're the defending 4A state champions, and they're a good football team. 3 of their 4 losses that they have, when you look at their record, have come to state-ranked teams. One of those coming to Southeast, which was a very close game, and they almost upset the Southeast team. Booker lost last week to Achua Hardy. That meant the district title. That's out the door. But they will represent District 11 in the runner-up spot. But for Booker, knowing that they're in the playoffs isn't good enough. After a loss, you know, you want to regroup. You want to prove to everybody, and yourselves especially, that you are a good football team. To do that, Cedric Henry is going to have a big game tonight. He should be able to run against the defensive line. Southeast was able to be very successful running the ball against this Santa Fe team, and I think that Henry will be able to do that. They're going to have to also get Glen Guant to complete 8 or 10 passes tonight just to keep the defense honest. Coach Leroy Ryals always does a good job preparing his kids and getting them ready for a game, but they're not used to coming off of a district loss. We're going to find out who the Tornadoes really are tonight and how far they're going to go to capturing their first state title.
And one of the things that we might want to mention early on, too, Tim, is the fact that Mark DeLauder is not in the lineup tonight for Booker. He is injured.
He's a key player for them.
We're looking down on the bench right now. The ball club, the Tornadoes, are gathered to the left of the picture that you're seeing right now. They're in the end zone getting ready to come on the field. And number 34 in the purple jersey is sitting on the bench directly in front of us. Not a good sign for the Booker Tornadoes. We'll be back with the kickoff and the action in tonight's ball game right after this.
Have you been watching the best original productions on cable TV lately? Well, maybe you didn't know that cable has the biggest stars.
How do you know?
And they're playing the most powerful roles.
I believe all people deserve to fulfill their potential.
Now that you know where to find the best original productions, all the charges against you will be dropped. And with Comcast Cable, you'll stay out of trouble.
I will never leave you.
And enjoy all the best original productions.
Sam, does it seem hot in here to me?
The Santa Fe Raiders from Alachua County, basically the Gainesville area, are the defending state champs in their division. And they've got their returning quarterback back in action tonight. Freddie Lucas is here. And Tim, they've done well without him. They should do even better with him.
Yeah, some of their losses have been very close, like I talked about in the pregame, and they are excited to have Freddie Lucas back at running the helm. They filled in pretty good with some other guys, but I think their record shows that they have missed Freddie.
Back deep, receiving for the Raiders, number 9, Adrian Peterson, kicking off for the Booker Tornadoes, Keith Smith. Check that, it is not Keith Smith. I wanted to say the name, so I got it in anyway. There we go, a high end over end kick. Peterson will take it into the end zone as the Santa Fe Raiders will be taking over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And quarterback, we mentioned Freddie Lucas back in after a couple of weeks off. Not necessarily voluntary couple of weeks off, but he's back in the lineup now. Behind him, he will have Adrian Peterson, Ronald Jones, Chris O'Neill, and Darrell Williams will be in from time to time. They work a 2-slot formation with a single setback. The single setback is the fullback. That's Adrian Peterson. Dive up the middle. Goes for about 3 yards. And the Booker Tornadoes actually give up 5 as they shove the stick down to the 25-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 5 there. Can't go up the middle for 5 yards all night.
Rob, it's hard to believe he got 5 yards on that carry, but he did.
Wide to the far side goes Ronald Jones in the slot. In fact, they have 2 slot men on the right side. Lucas gives off. Jones with the call across to the 25-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage, and he's tripped up by Steve Canon and by Willie Johnson.
Something you want to watch for this Santa Fe team is number 54, right guard Zach Zadelis. This guy is just really a top player in the country. And here they do a good job to try to get the ball outside, but they get a small gain because of number 32 and number 33, Steve Canon and Willie Johnson, who shoot the ball very well.
It'll be third down and a long 4 with the ball just over the 25-yard line. Lucas sends Jones in motion. He drops and we got a whistle. Have a flag. I'll tell you what, we didn't hear it. We're not hearing much up here tonight. This booth is extremely soundproof, Tim. We can hear the band off to the side. We have procedure penalty against Santa Fe, and that'll knock them back 5 yards. It'll bring up third down and 9. Just underway, first quarter at Tornado Alley in Sarasota. The Booker Tornadoes are in the purple jersey. Alachua Santa Fe are in kind of a silver or gray jersey with red numerals.
Very impressive when you look at them down on the field. I don't know if they show up quite as well on TV. Slot man goes in motion again. That's Ronald Jones. Quarterback Lucas has some time. Throws long. Pass is complete to George White. And White is gone on a 79-yard catch and run.
Welcome back, Freddie Lucas.
Yeah. You've got to believe that Coach John Carter is happy to see that toss. I mean, you had to see George White just get behind the entire secondary here.
Yeah, George White, he has some great speed. Number 7 at the bottom of your screen. You'll see he does just a little look-in. Number 30 coming up to cover him there is Eugene Ash. And he just gets behind Eugene Ash. And you cannot allow that to happen as a cornerback. You cannot allow those guys to get behind you. And the rest was a foot race, and nobody was going to catch George White. You'll see Eugene a little upset there.
And the try for the point is good. And that puts the Alachua Santa Fe Raiders on top 7-0 with 10:15 to go in the first quarter. And boy, that was quick. They just 3 plays and in.
Ralph, I was just thinking and beginning to say on that third down play, what a big first series this is. You know, coming off the loss last week and losing the division title, but, you know, still getting in the playoffs. They want to become, you know, a good football team again. And I was just saying how crucial that first series is. If they can hold them 3 and out, get good field position, and I couldn't even get it out of my mouth before, boom, all the way down the field with a long touchdown pass.
And what happened was Eugene Ash just kind of bid on that little inside move, and right behind him went George White and just took off down the field. And it wasn't as if it had to be a perfect pass, although it was.
Yeah.
And it was right in his hands, in stride, and White was off to the races, and there was nothing there to stop him except clean, crisp country.
And I think Eugene should have had some deep help from the safeties, and there was none on that side. They were both over in the middle of the field and to the other side of the field. And I believe he should have had some deep help because he looked like he allowed him to get behind him too easily. I think he was expecting some help.
7-0 the score. The Booker Tornadoes are going to be looking to get back into this ball game real quick. Here's kickoff, and it's kind of a squib kick. It goes out of bounds, and the Booker Tornadoes will get great field position. I don't understand the strategy behind that kick.
I think he flat missed it, Ralph.
Okay.
We've got a replay on that or not, but I think he just missed it. It's what we call like a spinning top kick. If you see this ball, it's spinning from top to bottom. It doesn't go end over end. It spins like an old top that you would have just spun out on the ground, and it just hits the ground and goes out of bounds about the 38-yard line. Of course, there's a penalty for that. You can't kick it out of bounds. Booker will get good field position.
Is the call? It is. The penalty is declined, which gives Booker the ball at the 40-yard line. If they accept the penalty, Santa Fe has to kick off again. And why take a chance? You got great field position.
Right.
At quarterback for the Tornadoes, Glen Guant. He'll work with the I formation. Cedric Henry, number 25, is the man who moves up into the slot. Now he goes in motion, and he's the big man in the offense. Look out for him. There's the pass. It's batted down. Nice work by Joey Szymanski. Joey Szymanski, a 6'1", 173-pound senior, got up in the air and blocked it. It was almost as if he was in the Tornadoes huddle.
Yeah, he was just in the right place at the right time. He just extends his arms, which a good defensive lineman wants to do. He just has his hands up and hits him right in the left elbow. Really wasn't anything he could do to miss that ball.
To the near side for the Tornadoes comes Jarvis Roney. And the handoff is to Henry, and he's going to try the left side. Gets some room across the 45 and bounces down to the 48-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. It will be 3rd down and 2. Jared Dunbar makes the stop, along with George White, who's going both ways and doing the punting besides for Santa Fe.
Cedric Henry should be able to have a big game tonight. The Booker offensive line is going to have to contain. You see a good block from the fullback there, Larry Brown, to get the inside guy who was pursuing, and then Henry does the rest. Once he gets that corner turn, Henry can do what they did on that pass pattern by running the ball. He has very good speed and very good knowledge of the field.
On 3rd and 2, there's a variety of options for the Tornadoes. Roney and Kenny Turner are wide receivers, left and right respectively. I formation for Guant. He gives to Henry. Henry drops the football, and it's recovered by Booker on the 44-yard line. They lost about 4. Covering up the football for Booker was Danny Williams.
They didn't lose Yeah, they didn't lose the ball here. They were able to get back on it, but they lost the 1st down, so they will ultimately lose the ball by punting. But you'll see, he just doesn't ever get the handle. It just bounces off. I don't know if his own knee kicks it out. And there you see number 58. It looks like Danny Williams, smart enough to jump on that ball, but they actually lose 3 yards, and now they've got to punt the ball.
Sims is in to punt. He said he wanted us to say something nice about it. Well, Keith Sims was well-groomed.
He leads the county, he says, in average. 46 yards a punt. This kid's only 10th grade. He can really kick it.
Gets a good snap, but it's blocked. And it's picked up by Ronald Jones, and Jones is going to be down at the 27-yard line.
It looks like we had a bad snap on that, Ralph. We watched the replay. You can't kick the ball anywhere if you don't get the blocking that you need. You see, watch the snap here, and we'll see. He has to move over once you get out of his stride. But really, these guys come through uncontested. Really, there's one guy back there to block 5 guys that are already past the line of scrimmage. And, boy, it's not starting off good for Booker.
The Raiders have the ball 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. In motion is Ronald Jones. Pitched by Lucas is to his running back, Peterson. Peterson, the fullback, tries the right side, but he is smacked down by Ronnie Williams, is it? Or David Mason. David Mason makes the tackle. No gain, maybe even a loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Raiders. But you're right, it is not starting well for the Booker Tornadoes. Need to get themselves back into the hunt here. This is not a district game, but it's an important game morale-wise for the Tornadoes.
And you don't want to start out behind by 2 scores this early in the 1st quarter. Not to a team like Santa Fe.
4 wide receivers in the formation. The handoff goes to Peterson, who's stacked up over the middle. Good job by the interior defensive line. First hit came from Mike Harris of the Tornadoes. No gain on the play.
Yeah, Mike Harris and Steve Canon really do a good job on this defensive play to hold them to no gain. You'll see right there, Steve Canon bursts through and just does a really, really good job of getting to the running back.
Be 3rd down and 10 now for Santa Fe. Lucas sends a man in motion to the near side, but will take a deep drop. This time gets it downfield, incomplete, intended for Jones. It's down at Jones' feet. I don't think he could have caught that. Although Jones appeared to be open.
Ralph, I'll tell you, Booker was very fortunate on that 10. I'll tell you who was open was the running back that went in motion, number 40, Chris O'Neill. He was standing in the 10-yard line and ran into the end zone, except for you'll see the quarterback here, Freddie Lucas, as he rolls to his right. Watch number 40 at the top of your screen. He runs up and nobody goes with him. He's 15 yards open, but Freddie Lucas can't see him to get the ball to him.
4th down. Santa Fe's going for it. Lucas looking to throw. Going deep. Incomplete. Not that time. Ronald Jones was the intended receiver. Double coverage. Got a flag back at the 35-yard line. It will go against Santa Fe. Booker will decline and take the football, I think. They would get the ball at about the 28-yard line if they decline the penalty.
Yeah, this was really the same exact play. O'Neill again goes in motion, and they're looking for him, except for someone covered him this time. So he throws the ball, but you can still see they dropped off. And number 3, Larry Chestnut, goes to where the ball is thrown. And that's what the safety does. He sits back there. He watches the quarterback's eyes. When the quarterback turns his hips, he goes that way. and he wants to go where the ball's going to be.
Booker does indeed decline the penalty, and they come out 1st and 10. We have a timeout from the officials as the Tornadoes come to the line. Roney to the near side and Turner to the far side. In the backfield, it is Cedric Henry, Larry Chestnut, and in the deep snap formation, Glen Guant. It's a direct snap, and now Henry goes in motion. Takes a linebacker with him. Guant looking to throw, looks down to, it is Steve Canon, rather Willie Johnson. Willie Johnson makes a reception down to the 41-yard line and a 1st down. Joey Szymanski makes the tackle.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Canon, looks like he's at the tight end on the strong side, being the right side there. He just does a down and out. And what a fine pass by Glen Guant, just over the outstretched hand of the cornerback there, right into the hands of Willie Johnson. And just a great catch there by Willie Johnson. Great hands. We didn't know he could do that.
Well, he's a linebacker normally, and I think what happens here is with DeLauder out of the lineup, they need to find somebody like that, and they found Johnson. Henry in motion, pitch back to him. Too deep. Now he's got to reverse his field, and he breaks the tackle, comes upfield across the 50, or maybe right up to the 50-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to take it all the way to the 49 in Santa Fe territory. That should be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's all Cedric Henry. You'll see him. He goes in motion here. He goes to the top of the screen. He's going around. It's a quick pitch to the left side. The hole is not there. The Santa Fe team does a good job. But watch the move right there on number 71. And Cedric Henry does the rest himself. Gets a couple blocks. Number 4, Larry Brown, throws a nice key block from the fullback spot who got downfield and led the way.
1st and 10 for the Tornadoes, putting together their first real drive of the night. Give us to Larry Brown, and Brown is stacked up over the middle. Joey Szymanski again in on the tackle. And let's see, it also looked like it was Blair Sellen in as well. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Tornadoes. 5:45 to go in the 1st quarter. It's 7-0 Santa Fe. The Booker Tornadoes are on the drive. Roney to the far side, to the near side. It is Kenny Turner. Henry moves up into the slot on the left side, and Gant waits and gets some motion on the line. We will see which way it goes.
You know, Ralph, on that play prior to that, Larry Brown was very fortunate not to fumble that ball. As soon as he took the handoff, he tripped on the turf, and he ended up having the ball just in his left hand like he'd carry what they say a loaf of bread. And he went into the defender that way. He's very fortunate. He must have very strong hands to hold on to the ball in that way. That's how fumbles happen. But he really maintained himself.
5-yard penalty for illegal procedure. One of the Booker linemen moved, and it's 2nd down, and we'll call it 14 for the Tornadoes. Yeah, quick pass, right side. Jarvis Roney incomplete through his hands. I don't know that Roney was quite ready to get the ball when it came. He was open.
Yeah, that's not one of the better passes that Gant throws, but it was a catchable pass. It was just a little high, and like you say, I think Roney was just quite ready for that ball to come. It was just a quick play, 2-step drop, and Gant threw it out there. But I like Glen Guant. He does a good job. He's a headsy quarterback. He has a good, strong arm, and he'll open this defense and spread them out a little bit tonight. Booker calls a timeout.
Timeout with 5:11 to go in the 1st quarter. The score, Santa Fe 7, Booker nothing. Come on back. Tonight's ball game is being brought to you in part by Ron Martin Air Conditioning, your independent Lennox dealer. Not just a company that works in the community, but a company that supports it. And let's take a look now at Booker on 3rd down and 14 from their own 47-yard line. Glen Guant with an I formation, 2 wide receivers, needs some yardage here. Fakes to Henry. Throws downfield, incomplete for Kenny Turner. Let's take a moment to introduce you to the officials for tonight's ball game. Referee is Jerry Cole. The umpire is Steve Abbott. Brian Biatch is the linesman. The line judge is Andy Guglielmini. The back judge is Bill Sidlecki. And the clock operator is Chris Kotchek.
Great job, Ralph. First game we've had where the referees and the officials were tougher names than the players. I'm glad you do that and not me.
Where's Bob Hipple when you need him? 4th down, and Booker will be punting. Sims is back to kick. Too deep for Santa Fe. And a fake pass complete to Henry at the 40, 35, the 30, down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Ronnie Williams was the up man in the punt formation for Booker. Threw the pass right on the money to Cedric Henry.
What a great call by Coach Leroy Ryals. What happened is last time they punted, the Santa Fe guys, they put 10 men up on the line and they came as hard as they could. And this time they figured they were going to do it again. Hey, they had success. They came really hard, and this guy was wide open in the middle of the field for about a 25-yard gain, 35-yard gain. Big job.
First and 10 at the 26. The Booker drive stays alive. Guant at quarterback. Gets the snap, gives to Henry inside. Henry dives forward across the 25 down to about the 23. This kid's got more moves than a snake in the desert on a cold night.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, this is a quick inside trap to Henry, who comes across in motion. They do the inside handoff, a little counter play, and runs right into the back of number 59 there, Maurice Bauman, his right guard, and still bounces off of him and gets a 3-yard gain.
Second down 7 for Booker. Again, Turner and Roney. Fakes, pumps once, throws, looks for Turner. Incomplete at the 5-yard line. Turner had his hands on it, just couldn't hold on. Good coverage on the play by Santa Fe. Trying to pick up the number of the man who was covering him. And it looks like it might have been Tony Mason.
This is a very well-designed play. You see the pump fake to the top of the screen. And then Kenny Turner, there was very close coverage, and Kenny Turner asked one of the referees afterwards, he said, wasn't he on me a little bit close? You'll see some incidental contact with their feet here at the end. It's really hard to tell on the replay, but I think that was a good call by the officials.
Marcus Waters goes wide to the left side for the Tornadoes. The freshman is up from the JV squad. Pressure from the backside, throw it for Waters at the 5. He's in, touchdown! The Booker Tornadoes strike back. And the freshman up for his first varsity game, his first pass reception of the year, and his first touchdown all on one play.
And what a fine-looking athlete this Marcus Waters is. Not even in the program. The coach told us before the game, watch Marcus. And then he just doesn't go down. Great defensive play. Tries to cut his legs out. This freshman, one strong athlete, very gifted and very tall to play that split end spot. And he just does it all himself. A beautiful pass from Guant. And they're going to be able to pass the ball tonight, it looks like.
Here's the kick. It is good. We're tied up at 7-all. How about that, folks?
All set up by the fake punt.
The drive appeared to be stalled, but the Tornadoes just pulled it out. We'll be back with more. You can't miss this one. Stick around for our coverage of Booker versus Santa Fe.
It's Derby South's Super Summer Blowout Sale. The savings are hot.
Our game is being brought to you in part by Gulfgate Mall. More than you can imagine. Gulfgate Mall, featuring Publix, Steinmart, Cobb Theaters, Books A Million, Marshalls, and 50 other fine shops. Booker Tornadoes have just tied it up on a pretty drive, which included a fake punt and a great pass play. Boy, you can't, I don't know if you could get any better than that last drive. This is exciting high school football. The Tornadoes about to kick off. And we would, by the way, like to wish a speedy recovery to Sean Phelps, who was injured a couple weeks ago in the Sarasota game. Kick goes into the end zone, and Ronald Jones won't be able to return that one. And the Santa Fe Raiders take over first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ralph, I was watching before the kickoff there. Coach Ryals had his arm around number 1, Marcus Waters, and you almost got to believe he's telling them they might not all be that easy. But it was a good job, and he was just encouraging them. And I like Leroy Ryals. He's a nice guy, and he does a good job working with these kids.
He's a young guy. He's in his second year here.
Not far removed, is he?
No, he's not. He played here. And it's just a remarkable series. Anyway, give us to Ronald Jones on the first play from scrimmage. And Jones has got one man to beat, and he can't get by Larry Chestnut. But it was a gain of 22 yards. Woo! He just broke through the Booker defense.
Yeah, and he goes on the right side here. That's the side that Zach Zadelis and Jamie Campbell are on, and they open up a huge hole for Ronald Jones, and he does a good job of getting down the field. Larry Chestnut brings him down.
First and 10, Freddie Lucas at the 42-yard line. And the handoff is inside, and Booker's having a tough time bringing down number 7, George White. I think that was number 7. No, it was number 8, Tony Rollins. Tony Rollins got 6 on the play before being brought down by Willie Johnson.
Yeah, one thing you don't see very often is number 32, Steve Canon, missed tackles. He comes up and he has the hit on him right there. And he slips away. Willie Johnson's getting blocked. And you won't see that very often, but they get about a 7-yard, big long 6-yard gain out of that.
Second down and 4. The ball at the 46. Give inside to Ronald Jones. Now he cuts outside. And that time, the Booker Tornadoes are there to hold him to a gain of maybe a yard. And it's a good defensive effort by Steve Cannon.
There he is, Steve Cannon. I told you he won't miss many tackles. He'll be all over the field. This is pretty much the same play. Hey, if it works, you go to it. That they got the first play. And Steve Cannon's over there, and he brings him down just for a short 1-yard gain.
3rd and 4. And the Raiders need something here. It's a 7-7 ball game, and the tornado jumps. And we will see which way it goes.
I think we're going to see this one against Booker, Ralph. Boy, that's tough. That gives them an automatic first down. That encroachment. Big, tough break.
Got to have a little bit of discipline. Not that the Tornadoes don't, but when it's 3rd and less than 5, you sure don't want to jump. That's giving them a freebie.
Well, they're coach disciplined. They're told discipline. But it's hard. You get out there and you get anxious and you want to make the play. And all you have to do is have some fluxation in the voice and you're jumping.
Fluxation, huh? Ronald Jones gets about 5 on the clay. Yeah. You gotta like Ronald Jones. This young man has got some speed.
Yeah, he really does. Here you'll see it's just a reverse option around the other side, the left side of the line, and there you see Eugene Ash comes up and gets a big stick and loses his helmet, and he's going to be okay.
Make it a 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4. The ball spotted at the 42 in Booker territory. And Freddie Lucas continues at the helm. First game back, sends man in motion. Now we got some collision in the backfield and nowhere to go for Lucas following the collision because big number 59, Maurice Bowman, came in to put the hit on him, drag him down back at the 48-yard line, a loss on the play of about 6 yards.
Yeah, there's certain plays that you can tell that Freddie Lucas has been not playing with his football team. Here's one of them. Boom. It's a little bit of a mix-up there, and Maurice Bowman is the benefactor of that. There's a lot of purple jerseys there, and Freddie Lucas just gets wrapped up by Maurice Bowman. He throws him to the ground for about a, 5-6 yard loss there.
One of the things that people don't realize is so important at the quarterback position is footwork. Which way you turn, how many steps you take. There's the fake. Now watch Lucas step up, throw. Pass is almost intercepted, almost completed, and just falls harmlessly to the ground. And the man who almost came up with the football, Cass Watson, is looking around saying, hey, should have had the ball. 4th down, and the Raiders will have to punt, we think.
Well, that's true. He expected Chris O'Neal to catch that ball, and he was just going to bring him down and not give him any extra yardage after he caught the ball. And it went right through O'Neal's hands, and he was very surprised. Coaches think we've got a fake here.
Well, low end-over-end kick. Picked up at the 23-yard line by Larry Chestnut, and Chestnut is swamped at the 27. A return of 4, and Jeff Dumbaugh makes the tackle for the Raiders. We've got 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. It has moved quickly, and we've got a heck of a game.
Chestnut almost broke out of that pack. That was a short, low, end-over-end kick, almost a line drive right to Chestnut. He took a gamble. He caught the ball, which he should have done, and he tried to get by, and he was just one player away from breaking it for a long gainer.
Our spotter, Michael Giannotti, tells me I gave the wrong tackler. It was Robert Wheeler. Thank you, sir. Handoff, Cedric Henry up the middle. He's across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And gain of about 5, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. The score, Booker 7, Santa Fe 7. Back with more after the meal of the Comcast Cable TV High School Football Tournament.
Ralph, speaking of chicken, did you see that beautiful moon?
Okay. Get to throw. Oh, man, I want want to tell you, Willie Johnson had it in his hands, and yeah, he puts his hands up to his helmet saying, how did I drop that one?
That was 6 points, Willie. Hey, that's okay. He's learning a new spot here, and he's going to drop a couple, but he's going to come back and make some good catches. But watch how he gets so open. He busts out of from the tight end spot at the bottom of the screen and right up the middle of the field and just outruns everybody, and you're not going to get a better thrown pass, Willie. You're going to have to learn to grab onto those. He's still beating himself up over the sideline.
At the 33-yard line, it is 3rd down, and we'll call it 5 for the Tornadoes. 2 wide receivers, I formation for Gant. 2-step drop, throws back. Ronnie has to come back to get the football, and it'll be no gain because he had to come back for it. It'll be 4th down. You know, as open as Willie Johnson was, that's how open Ronald Jones was on that first touchdown pass from Santa Fe. And he was 5 yards behind that guy. The Booker Tornadoes will be coming back to that play, you can be sure.
One thing about this Booker team, when Willie Johnson went off the sideline over there and went over to some of his mates on the bench, man, they wrapped his arms around him and said, hey, it's okay, it's going to happen, man. They encouraged him, and they'll get it back. They'll go to that play again, I guarantee it.
Adrian Peterson back to punt, and you know Santa Fe is going to be looking for a fake again. This time they almost get away with the block.
Well,
and we've got flags down in the receiving area of the football. The punter was hit, but the on-rushing lineman got part of the football, so the hit on the kicker was legal. I think we're going to have interference with a fair catch down on the receiving end, down by about the 44-yard line.
but Ralph, if the ball is blocked at the line of scrimmage, does he still have to allow him to catch that ball freely?
Good question. Where's my briefcase? I'm going to get the rule book out. We'll take a look. Well, either
I'm
that
sure
or we'll wait for the
I'm sure they'll make the right call, but
yeah,
I've always thought once it was hit.
They're going to talk about it. And while they're talking about it, we'll see if we can get the official rule book out. Well, now they're talking to Booker. They're talking to Booker.
Well, the referee in the backfield, one that's watching for the roughing the kicker, he immediately wipes his hands together, which means there is a deflection of the ball. Now, they are talking to Booker, and I don't really understand that unless their guy was blocked into him or something. But
or maybe there's a hold.
Yeah.
There could be a hold at that
This will be
time.
an interesting call.
Let's see. It's going back. They're pointing toward Booker. Flip. Okay. Dan, do we have the end of that on tape?
Ralph, and the offense is going back on the field, so we don't claim to know it all. Some of these calls are interesting, but the officials do a fine job of sorting some of these things out, and they're marking off 15 yards for Booker, and the offense is out on the field. It looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 Booker, Ralph.
Well, the ball never changed possession. That's part of it because Santa Fe never caught the football. So the clip would be an illegal block, a defensive play. Therefore, Booker gets a 15-yard penalty. That's the second time this year we've seen a defensive clip.
That's right.
We saw one back first game of the season, I think it was, against Sarasota, the Venice-Sarasota game. So a defensive clip gives the Booker Tornadoes the ball at the 47-yard line in their own territory. Here we go. Gant with the I formation. Gives to Henry, and boy, do you think they're keying on him. There were 4 players around Cedric Henry by the time they got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there was no place to run for Henry, but what a big turn of events for the Booker team. I mean, they were, that punt was, partially blocked, and here we go with the replay. You'll see just a straight handoff, not trying to fool anybody, and the offensive line just does not do the job right there, and there's really virtually no gain for Cedric Henry, and they are keying on him. They know that he's the one they have to stop.
Mike Pope gets credit for the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Gant has Brown and Henry in the backfield. Fake to Henry. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Brown, who was coming out of the backfield. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. We do need to make the distinction that this is Alachua Santa Fe, ball club from the Gainesville area, as opposed to the Santa Fe ball club that many may be familiar with around here, which is in Lakewood. 2 Santa Fe high schools in Florida. This one is from Alachua County.
And these guys have uniforms like the Niners. Their emblems are the same, the SF, the logo on the helmets, and they've got it on their pants. very good-looking uniforms up close. They don't really show as well on television, but they're very nice-looking uniforms.
I wish they were in that old gold and red. That's a gorgeous combination. Henry goes in motion on 3rd and 10. Direct snap. And this time it's to Guant again. He's throwing long. Incomplete, intended for Ronnie downfield. Ronnie was covered by Ronald Jones. Jones had good position on him. Jones was in front of him, slowing him down. Good defensive play.
Yeah, and Glen Guant does a good job of putting a lot of air under this ball. What he wants to do is throw it high enough where the receiver can run under it. Actually, Cedric Henry breaks open, but the ball, of course, was already released, and he was going for Marcus Waters over there on the other side of the field.
4th down and 10 for the Tornadoes. 10:17 to go in the first half. It's a 7-7 ball game. Tornadoes are in punt formation with Keith Sims back to kick. And Adrian Peterson stands back at about his own 24-yard line to receive the kick. And we've got some motion on the line, flags. The Santa Fe players are pointing to Booker. The Booker players are pointing to Santa Fe. And the officials will talk it over. Dead ball foul, encroachment against Santa Fe. That makes it 4th and 5 with the ball now on the other side of the 50-yard line. Call for 46. Does Leroy Ryals change strategy here? He's going to be looking to his offensive coordinator, Billy Sunday. Nope. They're going to stay with the punt formation. They've got to do something about the rush that comes from this Santa Fe special teams. They are putting heavy pressure on the Booker punters tonight.
Good job of blocking. Good job. Nice kick.
Peterson has trouble holding on to the football. Think he fell on it at about the 11-yard line. Woo! Yes, he did.
Close.
Bounced. You know, it looked like it hit the chest part of the shoulder pad and bounced out.
Nice punt by Keith Sims. He gets a good snap. He finally gets some good blocking. They're all figuring out where they're coming from. You can see there's virtually no rush. And boom, he really gets a leg into that thing. He kicks it from back about the 35-yard line. And here you'll see the receiver here, number 4, Jared Dunbar, just bobbles it. And they almost lose the ball, but he gets right back on it.
1st and 10. Give inside is to Ronald Jones and moves out to about the 14 or 15-yard line before the linebacking core for the Tornadoes stops him. It looked like Willie Johnson was in on the stop, and even defensive back Ronnie Williams may have been there. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5, and the officials have called for a timeout. 9:36 to go in the first quarter. We'll remind you that our game is being brought to you in part by Ron Martin Air Conditioning, your independent Lennox dealer, not just a company that works in the community, but a company that supports it. Next week, big ball game. The Riverview Rams take on Brandon. The Eagles of Brandon are still looking for a shot at something, some salvaging of their season.
Ralph, Sean Burrell made a nice tackle on that last play, too. We want to make sure he gets credit in there.
Dive up the middle for Santa Fe, and maybe a gain of about 3 will bring the ball to the 19-yard line. And it'll be about 3rd and 2 when we come back.
Yeah, here it is. Just a straight handoff up the middle. They're a pretty good hole, but it fills up with bodies, and the running back has to leap over the top of those, and he gets about 4 or 5-yard gain out of it.
3rd and 2. See what Santa Fe does. Man in motion to the near side. Give is to his fullback, Peterson. Peterson dives. I don't know. It's going to be close. One official, if he's spotting it, would give it to him. The other one, I'm not so sure. Willie Johnson on the tackle. And it is enough for a first down.
They get the first down. They just do exactly what they need to. Smash mouth. They've got 4 guys on this offensive line over 250 pounds. And they just open up the hole, and they just get enough to get the first down.
Freddie Lucas at quarterback. Sends the man in motion. Gives to Jones, and Jones breaks free at the 25, down to the 30-yard line, and up to the 40, or close to it. Whole bunch of Booker Tornadoes in on the tackle. But by the time they got there, he'd run 15 yards. He's going to spot the ball just inside the 40-yard line.
And what a time for Santa Fe Raiders to get a drive going. And they're pinned back inside their own 10-yard line. And here you'll see number 1, Ronald Jones, makes a nice cut. Pretty good-sized hole, a couple missed tackles there. There you'll see number 52, Tim Morrison, dive for him. He can't get him. Finally, they get up with him.
Big run out to the 45-yard line in Booker territory for Ronald Jones. Larry Brown had to come up to make the stop. I want to tell you, make that Larry Chestnut made the stop for the Booker Tornadoes. Now, let's see. They're in Booker territory at the 41-yard line. Here we go. To the far side goes George White. To the near side, looks like William Flagg. Again, one of the slot backs goes in motion. And look at the run here down to the 24-yard line. And the ball handling of Lucas is getting better as the night goes on. He's getting back into the swing of this.
Yeah, this is some slick ball handling by Freddie Lucas. Looks like they're going to hand to the guy in motion. He just really slips the ball off to the first guy through there, which is Tony Rollins, I believe. And he slides through for a big gain. They got some big, strong-looking guys on this Santa Fe team, and they get out there in the open, and that was a good tackle by Larry Chestnut. He was really the last guy that could bring him down, and he just cuts his legs out from underneath him.
I am really impressed with Freddie Lucas. He is doing some wonders, wizardry with the football. We've got 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. We're tied at 7, but the Santa Fe Raiders are on a drive, showing some of their best football of the night so far. White to the far side. To the near side, it is Flagg. Give inside and cutting out, then cutting back upfield is Jones. Ronald Jones down to about the 16-yard line. Tackle made by Steve Canon, a 5'10", 250-pound senior. What?
I'm just noticing, Ralph, Cedric Henry is out there playing defense. I haven't seen this in the other games that we've done for Booker this year. They're using this play a lot tonight. Just this little counter-reverse play where the guy goes in motion there, number 1, Ronald Jones, and just going around the right end, and they got this offensive line that's opening up some holes, and they're getting 6, 7, 8 yards a clip, and Booker needs to tighten up.
Fake, and this time Lucas has it himself. Lucas down to the 10, drops the football as Henry hits him, and the Booker Tornadoes say they have it, but the officials indicate it goes to Santa Fe. The Raiders got the ball back after the quarterback, Lucas, gets the first down.
And just as I talked about Cedric Henry being on defense, he makes a big play here. Great ball handling again by Freddie Lucas. He just does this naked bootleg. He drives around the left side of the line, and you'll see right there Cedric Henry swats the ball, and really Larry Brown kicks it right back into the quarterback, and it sure looked like Booker was going to come up with the ball, but the officials were right on top of the play there.
George White dove in at the last second to recover the fumble. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. The Tornadoes need to stiffen up here. Pitch back to Jones, and Jones, does he get in? Yes! George Jones, no, Ronald Jones.
George Downs is a sanger. He's a sanger.
Yeah, he's, well, I was looking for Tammy in the stands, and she wasn't here, so it couldn't have been George, so it had to be Ronald.
Yeah, here's a good play by Ronald Jones. And this kid's a big, strong runner, man. 5'10", 166 pounds. He's only a junior. And there you can see the block, man. Just a beautiful block at the top of the screen. And Booker just can't do anything. And that was a heck of a drive. Where'd they start that drive from, Ro?
Back about the 11-yard line. Bad snap on the PAT. Are they going to turn it into 2? No, they're not. Good hustle by the special teams of the Booker Tornadoes. That was Ronnie Williams.
And that can come back to haunt you later in the game. Tell you that 1 point might be very, very big in a close game.
The Santa Fe Raiders march down the field, take the lead 13-7 over the Booker Tornadoes. The Tornadoes are going to be taking off here, hopefully.
crescent moon? Is that a crescent moon?
That is a crescent moon.
Looks like the pictures we used to draw of the, the little face on the man in the moon.
Well, we've got a whistle on the kickoff, and I think the Santa Fe Raiders are going to be called for offside on the kickoff.
Yeah, you'll see on the replay, way off sides right there. You can see right there on the bottom of the screen and the top of the screen both.
It looks like about 3 guys.
Yeah, offside. And
yeah, well, we can count up to 3, Dan. Dan Knispel, our ever-present, effervescent producer.
Plethora of information, isn't he?
A plethora. A veritable font of information.
The well never runs dry.
Oh, it runs dry, but he continues to go even when it is. The ball's at the 35 for the kickoff, and we'll do it again. Tornadoes want to get something going here. Kick is short, and we'll go out of bounds. Maybe. No! Cedric Henry picks it up at the 21, stays on his feet at the 40.
He may
He's at the 45 and to the 49-yard line. Oh, Cedric Henry putting on a show.
The smallest guy on the field stops him. Ralph, go ahead.
You know, everybody slowed down because they thought it was going out of bounds. Cedric Henry said, I'm going to make it work.
Yeah, you're right. That happens a lot of times. They kind of just stop. And that ball did look like it was going to go out of bounds. And Cedric Henry breaks a few tackles. And you'll see at the end of this play, number 22, Roderico Falston, 5'5", 122-pound sophomore, saves a touchdown.
And he put it on one of the best running backs in Southwest Florida. I formation, 1st and 10, just outside the 50. That running back, Cedric Henry, gets about 4 as he gets down to the 47-yard line for the Tornadoes. Cedric Henry took the handoff and just ran north-south. Tony Rollins or Adrian Peterson?
Ralph, I know that Santa Fe
Tony Rollins
is keying. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I know that Santa Fe is keying on Cedric Henry. But he's the man. He's the one they have to get the ball to. He's the one that's going to have to be successful tonight for them to win the game. So don't be surprised if you don't see him start to get the ball time after time again, either through the air or on a quick pitch or a quick snap through the middle.
Call it a gain of 3. Quick pass to Ronnie, and it's incomplete. Ronnie couldn't catch up with it, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Tornadoes. You know, Cedric Henry is a good enough runner that even if they key on him all night, he'll get his yardage.
Right.
He is a slippery runner. He will give you a fake one way, turn it back the other way, and then turn it upfield before you know it. It all happens in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, he's a very good kid, too, and he wants the ball. Yeah, he'll do anything. As you can see, he's willing to play defense, offense, run, kickoffs, anything. He wants the football.
3rd down and 7 for the Tornadoes. Gant, long count. Puts it on his hip, gets pressure, throws downfield, pass incomplete. Intended for Canon. Check that, Willie Johnson. Johnson got a hand on it, but couldn't get up high enough to get the football.
Yeah, you'll see he does nice play action, fakes the handoff there, puts the ball on his hip. He throws a nice tight spiral. It's just a little bit too high. He releases the ball at the top of the throw there, and he just can't snap his wrist and follow through and bring that ball down into the numbers of Willie Johnson. And it appears that they're going to go for it on 4th down and about 7.
Marcus Waters is into the game along with Jarvis Roney. Waters comes down to the near side. He's got the Tornadoes touchdown reception tonight. And the Tornadoes take a timeout. That'll give us an opportunity.
And you don't want to give Santa Fe too good a field position. I know their thinking was, hey, if we pin them back, they go all the way. If we keep them in the middle of the field, we're able to control them. But this is probably the right call.
Punt formation. Ball is at the 47-yard line. And Sims. Once again, Williams gets the short. And
Henry
they did it again.
Cedric
Henry catches the football. 1st down at the 31-yard line. And you don't expect it the first time, but you sure don't expect it to work twice.
Ralph, I got to quit sitting here thinking. I was just thinking before the snap, you don't try a fake twice in a ball game usually. And Cedric Henry actually bobbled that ball. He bobbled. It was in and out of his numbers, and he was able to bring it in. And I like it. I like it. You got to keep it going. Scary stuff. We're closing on Halloween here.
There you go. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And Glen Guant fakes, looks downfield, This time it's in the hands of Willie Johnson, and he's out of bounds. Did he get out of bounds? Doesn't matter. He got the first down. The ball was spotted at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah,
Jared Dunbar with the stop.
This is the first play. You see the play action, puts it on his hip. Same play as they did in the first quarter. Willie Johnson's first catch that we saw, and just does a down and out from the tight end spot, and a nice reception, well-thrown pass. That's a harder pass to throw than it looks like, because you have to get it over the linebacker, and he drops it right in there nicely.
Spot is at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Booker. Twice now, the Tornadoes have kept the drive alive with fake punts. First one led to a touchdown. Give to Cedric Henry. He spun around, but he gets to the 10-yard line. Good tackle by Ronald Jones. Jones had him by the shoulder pad and just spun him around.
Here you see Cedric Henry with a straight handoff. Looked like it was going to go off of left tackle there, but the hole was closed, so he breaks it to the outside. And Ronald Jones, again, another one playing both ways, as running back and cornerback. He was determined. He swings into the ground by the jersey.
2nd down and 5 with the ball just inside the 5-yard line. To the far side goes Kenny Turner. To the near side, it's Jarvis Roney. In the backfield, Henry and Larry Brown. Gant gives to Cedric Henry on his fade into the end zone. Touchdown! Cedric Henry on a 10-yard touchdown run. Ties it up 13-all.
What determination by Cedric Henry, man. I just get so excited. This kid is such a good runner. Straight determination. Good block there by number 4, Larry Brown, straight in the middle. You see he has the linebacker all the way back at the goal line. Big hit there. He just keeps spinning. He reaches the ball out across the goal line, and there was just no denying Cedric Henry. Now there's a key extra point attempt to take place right here.
Tornadoes get it. They go up by 1. Justin Wilmot puts it through the uprights. 14-13. Booker in front with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Seesaw game.
The point's going to be big.
Yep. We will see what happens when we come back. The score, Booker 14, Santa Fe 13. Come on back. 14-13, Booker on top. Boy, I'll tell you, we've got a barn burner here. 3 minutes to go in the first half. And Booker and Santa Fe from Alachua County are just going at it. Hammer and Tom. Big plays, big hits, everything you'd want in a game. Wilmot kicks a wounded duck. And Tony Mason comes up with it. And he gets all the way back out to the 37-yard line. I mean, that ball took a strange spin when it got in the air. It was almost like Phil Necro threw it.
Is it duck season? I wasn't even familiar that it was duck season.
Oh, definitely. We've got a flag on the play as Tim Morrison gets credit for the tackle. And, yes, it is always duck season in football. It's always duck season in hockey.
You know, Ralph, there's nothing better than Friday nights and high school football. This is what it's all about, man. This is so exciting. I don't know anything about hunting. Look, watch the referee. He'll talk. Look, whack, whack, whack. He said the kick was like a lame duck, and that's illegal.
That's called unsportsmanlike conduct. Went both ways. Oh, I thought you were going to tell me it's a Friday night high school football, and there's nothing better than press duck or Peking duck.
And is that the silliest call in football? Unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Play on. Well, that's a soccer.
Proverbial slap on the wrist.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Motion. And this time Lucas is going to throw. It is complete to Adrian Peterson. And Peterson rambles down to the 40 and close to the 40-yard line. They're going to say he's down at the 42. And there is some hitting going on down there, Tim.
Yeah, this is a nicely designed play. And again, Freddie Lucas does a good job of handling the ball. There you'll see Adrian Peterson getting open. Of course, he's outrun. He's got good speed. He just ran past Willie Johnson. And Willie Johnson can put him up and lay him down as well. And it's a large gain. And you see at the end of the play, up and over.
Timeout, Booker Tornadoes on the play. 2:29 to go. And
Ralph, I'm very impressed with the Booker High School program. My daughter goes to school here. She's in the 10th grade in the theater department here. And it's just really, everybody I've come into contact here, all the teachers, the staff, they do a great job.
That's the program that this school is best known for, and it's what put Booker High School on the map, no doubt about it. Ronald Jones and Lucas. Ooh, oh, what a hit. Ooh, I want to tell you that Cass Watson picked him up and laid him down. Adrian Peterson didn't stand a chance. In fact, he's separating his numbers front from back.
Speaking of hunting, that's what Cass Watson did. The play comes directly to his side. You can see Peterson coming out here, and you'll see Cass Watson at the bottom of the screen. He has him in his sights, and boom! That's as perfect hit as you're going to get. And you can go through sometimes 3 and 4 games without getting that type of hit, but he got his tonight.
That is a, if I were to imitate one of the more famous Sarasota residents, that's a TT from a PT pier.
And it feels so good.
There we go. Pass Lucas to look like Chris O'Neill. Chris O'Neill down to the 20, the 19-yard line. Chris O'Neill getting to see some action before he's hit by Larry Chestnut.
Ralph, Chris O'Neill has been open most of the night, coming from sometimes the slot, sometimes from the tight end position. You'll see he comes from the tight end at the bottom of the screen. He's been wide open all night. He just continues to get open. And you see Larry Chestnut come up to make another touchdown-saving tackle, which he should do from that safety position.
Along with Eugene Ash, who came in to finish up the tackle. At the 18-yard line, Lucas looking, pass over the middle, incomplete. And Larry Chestnut made sure that it was incomplete.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones, again, that Chris O'Neill should have caught. That was a good pass by Freddie Lucas. His offensive line is giving him plenty of time. Casey Anderson, Robert Wheeler, Jeff Dumbaugh, Zach Zedalis, and Jamie Campbell, just giving him all the time he needs. He had several receivers that were open on that play. And the Booker defense is going to have to really pull it together here on the last 109 of the first half.
Or in any of the offensive plays so far, but I think it was Jones, now that I look at it again.
Yeah, nice play here by Ronnie Williams. Freddie Lucas rolls out, and there you have the play, and good coverage by Ronnie Williams. That ball was thrown. The only place it could be thrown, really, but it's a tough catch to come up with, diving really close to the ground. And here's a big play. 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
At the 18. It's Lucas with a single setback. 2 slot men and 2 wide receivers. Pressure.
And a fumble.
I think they're going to call it a fumble.
Booker's got it.
And the Booker Tornadoes have recovered. Woo! Coming up with the football for Booker is Derek Poole, a 5'10", 190-pounder.
And the crowd is going crazy. That's a huge play. They finally got pressure through. You'll see some of the guys break through. I can't tell. That's Steve Canon. Number 32 breaks through, and Freddie Lucas tries to get away from him. He swings his arm out, and it's just like he was bowling. That was not his arm going forward. That was a fumble. Steve Canon comes up with the big play, and I think you'll see Booker here be really glad to go into the locker room with a 1-point lead. And again, that extra point looming to be big at halftime.
I'm sure Leroy Ryals will be a bit conservative deep in his own field at the 15-yard line in less than a minute to play. Handoff is to Cedric Henry. He gets across the 20, and they're going to call it right there. It'll be a 4-yard gain. 30 seconds left on the clock. Although if you give to Cedric Henry, it isn't necessarily a conservative play. It's a kid who can break it on any given play.
That's a no-brainer as a coach. Give it to Cedric and let him go, man. He can break, a couple tackles. He can go the distance in no time at all. This will be the last play.
13 seconds on the clock. Give is to Henry again. He stopped at the 21, and that'll do it. We're at 5 seconds to go in the first half, and we have ended the first half with the score. Book half 13-7 at Achua Santa Fe. Then Cedric Henry took it in from 10 yards out with 3 minutes left in the half. Point after was good, and Booker Tornadoes lead it by the slimmest of margins. 1 single, solitary, lonely digit.
Ralph, it's going to be interesting to see what type of adjustments, and I guarantee you both of these teams have made some adjustments. What happens here in the second half?
Here we go, the opening kickoff. Gant check that, Cedric Henry at the 8-yard line. Comes up the near side and down to the 24-yard line before he's upended. And a great tackle there. It looked like it was Adrian Peterson or Tony Rollins. I'm not sure which. They just made a great hit on Cedric Henry.
Yeah, they're trying to kick the ball away from him down into the deepest corner, and he was like inches from going out of bounds. And they make a good team effort there to tackle Cedric to bring him down. If he could have got by those two guys, he's going to get another 15, 20 yards up the field before the next Santa Fe defenders were there.
1st and 10 at the 24. Ronnie and Kenny Turner go wide to the right side. Gant with the I formation in the backfield. 1st and 10 at the 24. Give us to Henry. Tries the right side. He's stacked up. Big hit by Mike Pope. 5'10", 165-pound junior linebacker. Hit Henry, laid him right down. No gain on the play. Well, maybe they'll report it as a yard at the 25. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Mike Pope, number 53, fills that hole from his linebacker spot very quickly. Hits Cedric Henry head on and just a 1-yard gain. And you don't want to come out here 3 and out, so they want to establish something, get at least a few first downs, and try to control the ball here a little bit.
If you ever felt like you were in the huddle of the Booker Tornadoes, that would be the time. Great camera work there by our Comcast crew. Direct snap for Gant. He sends Henry in motion. Gant looks. Throws right. Pass is complete to Kenny Turner at the 45-yard line. A 25-yard pass and a first down. Check that, a 20-yard pass.
What a sweet play here by Booker Tornadoes. Gant's in the shotgun. They send Cedric Henry in motion, and that brings a lot of attention. Turner's up at the top doing a post pattern in the inside. Nice diving catch. Ball was thrown the only place it could be thrown to be caught and not intercepted. Nice play by the Booker team.
1st and 10 at the 45 in their own territory, but the Tornadoes are moving the football. Now the wide receivers are on the near side, and the pitch back is to Henry. Henry is in trouble. He's lost, dropped for a loss, back at the 41-yard line. Hit from 63, Tad Kendricks, and also Robert Wheeler.
Yeah, this play just never develops. The hole is not there. Here you see Henry gets the ball. You see number 1, Ronald Jones is right up there to close him down and turn him to the inside. And then number 53, Mike Pope is in there, and Wheeler's in there on that play. And they just shut it down for a 2-yard loss.
2nd down and 12 now, and the Booker Tornadoes have Ronnie and Turner on the near side. Ronnie's in the slot. Henry in motion to the right side. Gant gets a snap, and we've got 3 flags, maybe 4. They all came at the same time, and they were all thrown in the same spot. Procedure is the preliminary indication. 5-yard penalty, and it'll be 2nd down and 17.
Yeah, that puts them back here a little bit. They're going to have to try to get about half of this on this play. They don't need to get it all in one play. They can get about half of it, get down to a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 situation. Then they have a really good chance of getting the first down.
2nd and 17 for the Tornadoes, and Henry moves up into the slot on the right side. Looks like he's going to be in a blocking position here. Also in the backfield is Larry Brown. Gant gives inside, and very little running room. Maybe a yard. Maybe a yard for Cedric Henry.
That's a nice play with the counter move. Henry's not going to be blocking too often, but number 10, Joey Szymanski, is right there to contain that play, along with number 40, Chris O'Neill, who also plays linebacker as well as the tight end on the offense. And they shut that play down for just a 1-yard gain.
Tornadoes need something here. Marcus Waters is wide to the near side. The freshman has the only touchdown pass of the night from Gant. Screenplay, left side. Henry does not hold on to the football. For a second, it looked like it was going to be a completion and a drop ball, and it bounced right back up into his hands. Instead, the officials rule it an incomplete pass.
Booker had the screen set up there, Ralph. You're right. They just a very well-designed play, as you'll see here. I was watching the entry at the bottom of your screen, Marcus Waters. He was one-on-one coverage, and I think you're going to see that matchup come in earlier. Here you go, the screenplay. You got the offensive lineman coming around, and he had some running room, but Cedric Henry just bobbled. Just take your eye off the ball at the last second, and makes it very tough to catch.
Keith Sims back to kick for the Tornadoes. 2 fake punts so far tonight for Booker. Will it happen again? And, you know, Ronnie Williams, and the kick is blocked. Second time that's happened tonight. Covered at the 3 or 4 yard line by Mike Pope. And the ball is spotted at the 2. And the Booker Tornadoes early in the game had trouble keeping the Raiders out of the punter's face, and it came back and bit him on the ankle again.
That's just an assignment breakdown on when you get punts blocked at the pace they're doing it tonight. They're just having a breakdown there at the offensive line, and there you see the ball's pretty good snap. And you know, sometimes as a punter you have to make a decision. If you think that ball is going to be blocked, you're better off not kicking it. You might have to tuck it in and run a little bit and then try to kick it, but it's pretty open there to block that one.
From the 3-yard stripe, give inside, touchdown. I believe it was Adrian Peterson. Boy, if he's not in, I don't know how he's not. But the officials haven't shown it. He's not in. Well, I don't know if we can get any closer.
But no one opened the door yet.
That ball is got to be almost touching the line.
Watch the surge by the offensive line. They just drive him back the 3 yards it looks like they need. But somehow he must have been in behind one of his players. I mean, it's as close to the line as you can get. Any part of the ball makes it a touchdown.
Got to break the front plane of that line going perpendicularly straight up. Now he's in. Touchdown. Ronald Jones. 1-yard dive. Dive. 1-yard romp. Anyway.
Special teams making the difference tonight.
Tell you what, that puts the Raiders in front again. And we will try the point after, say the Raiders. I would wonder why you wouldn't go for 2 at this point.
Exactly. There's nothing to lose. And I think the coach may have just realized that right now.
That's why Santa Fe takes a timeout.
John Carter says, whoa, wait a minute. Lost track here for just a second. And you're seeing exactly that. We got the offensive unit coming on with Freddie Lucas and that big offensive line. And no advantage to not going for it.
You might as well go for 2 because going for 1 only puts you up by 6.
Right.
If you miss the 2, you're up by 5. The 6 points really doesn't make a difference because that's in high school football. You get the touchdown, you go for the point after to win. But if you go for 2, you're right back up to a 7-point lead, and you force Booker, if they make the next touchdown, to make a decision. You go for 1 or 2.
Right.
The strategy here is if you're up by 5, you go for 2. And I think John Carter, in his 4th year as head coach of the Santa Fe Raiders, did exactly as you said, Tim. He thought about it for about half a second and said, wait a minute, let's go for 2. Yep. You know, you had that question earlier about the tipped punt and whether or not a fair catch signal would still count.
I found out the answer, too, in the red room.
It does. The Rule 6, Section 3, Rule 6, Section 2, Article 6, says the touching of a low scrimmage kick by any player is ignored if the touching is in or behind the expanded neutral zone.
I talked to one of the officials during halftime, and he said exactly that it's just, you just wave it off, and it wasn't a change of possession yet.
Here's the try for 2, and we've got a flag.
We got a hold.
It is good. Ronald Jones is in, but I think, judging by the fact that that flag came from the umpire, that we've got a holding call against the Santa Fe Raiders.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. They were doing a sweep play around here on the right-hand side. See if we can see where the hold is. There it is right there, I believe. Looks like maybe number, I can't get the number. But it was a blatant hold. He threw the flag right into his back.
Look who's leading the blocking, though. Look who led into that end zone. Zach Zadalis.
Yeah, if I was running back, I'd be wanting to run behind that guy. And they're still going to go for the 2.
The ball is now at the 12-yard line. This, again, is a try for point following a touchdown, in case you're just joining us. Santa Fe leads by 5. Pass into the end zone. Intercepted, and that'll be the end of the play. Can't run back the interception on the try for point in high school ball. It's 7:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. The score, Santa Fe 19, Booker 14. Come on back. 2 block kicks have caused problems for the Booker Tornadoes. The The last one led to a touchdown almost immediately.
And Ralph?
However, 2 fake punts by the Booker Tornadoes have led directly to 2 touchdowns.
You're starting to read my mind, and that's scary. 2 block punts and 2 block punts. 2 fake punts and 2 block punts. So what are you going to do next time you're going to punt?
Well, we've got 19-17 left in this game. It'll be interesting to find out. And the kick goes to the 10-yard line, and coming up field and lots of room, Kenny Turner. Turner cuts to the right side. He's got one man to beat at the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Kenny Turner with a 65-yard return.
And no flags on the play. No flags. What a run. Oh, we got a replay. This is great. Kenny Turner, they changed the direction of the kick. They kicked it straight down the field, said, let's not even give it to Henry. Let's kick it to Turner. Here's Henry leading the way, gets a nice block. He cuts back, and he cuts it completely across the field to go to the top. And there, number 1, Ronald Jones gets tripped up a little bit. And then number 81 makes the tackle. We don't have him on our sheet, but he makes a nice tackle. What a run.
Tell you what, folks, special teams are providing all the fireworks tonight. Ronnie comes in motion to the near side. Guant pitches back. Guess who? Cedric Henry looking for some blocking, gets it. Turns it up at the 15, at the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Tackled there by Joey Szymanski. And you had to see the block by Larry Brown out in front.
Henry's getting up a little slow, but watch the lead block by number 4, Larry Brown, on this sweep as they go around the left side. A lot of blocking inside there, and you can see Henry just waiting to see where he's going to go, and Brown had already made the block there, and he's down to about the 5-yard line, but he's was getting up pretty slow. And
he's still in the game. Yeah, he's fine. The ball is just inside the 10-yard line. It will be 1st and goal there. They're inside the 10 by the length of the football. Guant gives Brown stacked up. Whoa, was he hit? Looked to me like it was Darrell Williams who made the hit. And Cedric Henry coming back to the huddle, high steps it to get those legs loosened up a little bit after that last play.
Yeah, quick handoff to the inside to Brown, and boom, no one's home. He gets met right there at the line of scrimmage. By number 88, it looks like, and I don't have him on my score sheet either.
2nd down and goal. The ball is at the 8-yard line. Guant, long count. Give to Henry. Henry follows Brown into the hole and into the end zone, and the Booker Tornadoes come right back.
A late flag has just come in, Ralph, in the end zone. I'm not sure what this is.
Maybe a celebration penalty.
He didn't even have time to celebrate. I'm not sure. Watch this. The flag comes in right at the end of the play. Beautiful hole by the right side of the Booker Tornado offensive line. And he just, it's the high stepping. The high stepping. Wow. Boy, that's a tough call, isn't it? Taking all the fun out of this thing. These guys are just, that's just one of those things that just you respond to, man. You're happy. I don't think he was trying to show somebody up. Cedric is not that kind of fella. He just was happy, and as you saw him going back into the huddle, he was high-stepping going back into the huddle. They didn't throw a flag on that. He was trying to keep those legs loose. That's what keeps Booker rolling.
Ball is at the 18 at the try for point.
This is no problem, though, for Justin Wilmot. We've been watching him warm up, and he can really kick it.
Excuse me, the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. A 35-yard try for point. And a fake. Guant rolls left, looks to throw. Pass is complete at the end. No! Lorenzo Monix caught the ball, but went down just outside the goal line. Good call by the official on the scene.
Again, not a bad decision for Coach Ryals to go for 2 points. They were not looking for that, being that they were back at the 25. And here you'll see it. And it's a planned play all the way. Guant stands up with the ball. He rolls back. I mean, a 2-point conversion here is going to give you a 3-point lead, and that's going to put you a touchdown ahead. And his knee hits. His knee hits. If he could have stretched out without his knee going down, that was a good call by the officials right on top of that. That's a good decision. They've still got a 1-point lead, and they had nothing to gain by kicking the extra point through there.
And it sure doesn't look like Santa Fe's kicking game is anywhere near as strong as Booker's either.
Oh, that's true.
I don't think you have to worry about a field goal from this team beating you. I could be wrong. But what we've seen from the kicking game from Santa Fe so far, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let's take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. We want to thank the Chicken Club and the Landings at the Albertson Shopping Center. They have fine chicken. In fact, we had somebody hand us a little endorsement here. Chicken Club, better than the live guy with the beard and cheaper than the dead guy with the beard and the city in Massachusetts. The Chicken Club.
Oh. Better and cheaper, right?
Better and cheaper. The Booker Tornadoes leading 20-19. Here we go. Justin Wilmot kicks it, and it goes all the way back to the 8-yard line, where it's picked up and brought down. What a tackle. Whoa. Ronnie Williams showing how to make a tackle on the return man, Adrian Peterson.
He was closing in. He's the outside man here, number 14, Ronnie Williams. His job is to make sure that play does not get around the corner. Once he sees he's going to the middle of the field, he gets him in his sights, he rolls down, and boom, he just slides to the ground and trips him and brings him down. That's a great open field tackle. That's one of the harder tackles to make.
Did you see who was next to him as he made the tackle?
No, I didn't.
25, Cedric Henry. Amazing.
And the trainers are looking at old Cedric on the sideline right as we speak.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Handoff inside, nowhere to go. Booker Tornadoes get it. Danny Stewart lands on top of the football, and the Tornadoes have a shot to break it open.
And Cedric Henry's up and ready to go on the field. The trainers let him go. Here you'll see this, try a quick handoff over the right side, and boom, there's a big hit. It's stripped out of his arms. And 73 is Danny Stewart jumps on that ball, and that's great. He's excited on the sideline, and Booker gets a big turnover.
Ball's at the 21, 1st and 10 there for the Tornadoes. They lead by a point. 4:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wide to the right side goes Jarvis Roney. To the near side comes Kenny Turner. We have Larry Brown and Cedric Henry in the backfield for Glen Guant. Guant pumps, throws into the corner, and incomplete. Jarvis Roney was juggling it down there, couldn't hold on as he was trying to stay in bounds, stay in the end zone, and get 6.
I think Glen Guant throws this ball as well as any high school quarterback I've ever seen. He throws this ball to the corner. He does a little play action, a little pump fake, and that hit him right in the hands. And Jarvis Roney should have brought that ball in. You can't ask for a better pass. That's a beautiful timing route.
2nd down and 10 at the 21. And Booker would like to get some points here. They were trying to go for the quick score after the turnover. Let's see if it gets a little more conservative on this play. Guant pumps, looks deep, other side. Oh, Marcus Waters had it in and out of his hands. It was knocked out. The freshman almost got his 2nd touchdown of the night. It was in his hands, and good defensive play by Santa Fe.
And I don't know how tall Marcus Waters is. You see the quick pump fake on the inside route, and he's going to Marcus Waters down in the other corner. Same play the other side, and Waters goes up, but there's a great defensive play there by the cornerback for the Santa Fe Raiders on that side. 3rd down and 10.
And to the right side, this time goes Kenny Turner. To the near side is Jarvis Roney. 3rd and 10. Ball at the 21. Fake to Henry. Pass over the middle. Complete down to the 4-yard line to Larry Brown. Larry Brown, well, they're going to spot it at the 5. It's up for a 1st down. 1st and goal for the Booker Tornadoes. 3 straight passes, the 3rd one connected.
Yeah, this is a pretty play. Fake play action there to Cedric Henry. Beautiful touch pass by Glen Guant. Brown goes up and makes a great catch. And number 4 is down to the 5-yard line. What a pretty play.
1st and goal. Waters, wide receiver on the near side. Look for that young man. He's going to be playing for a lot of years here at Booker. And we've got somebody jumping. It'll be half the distance toward the goal line. But once again, Santa Fe points to the Booker Tornadoes.
A lot of finger pointing when that stuff happens.
That's the first thing they teach defensive linemen, you know, Tim. Is if you jump, you point to the other guy real quick.
Well, that used to work a lot. But now with the rule changes, even if he jumps, so you used to be able to jump like that and get back as long as you didn't make contact. But now if you jump into the neutral zone, that's an encroachment penalty, and you can't do that.
But you see, the reason you point is you get to say, well, he's the reason I jumped. He's the reason I jumped.
No, the referees figure if you're pointing, you must be guilty.
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
My students do that all the time. Half the distance. First and goal from the 3. And they drop the football. Who got it? Whoa. Tornadoes recover. I would guess that Glen Guant got the football.
Yeah, I was just thinking, too, that on fumbles, everybody, when there's a fumble, both teams point that they got it, even if they don't know. And here you'll see just a miscue right there at the snap. Glen Guant does. He fights for that ball, and he lands on it and takes it away from the nose tackle there. Looked like number 30, Ron Kane, but he was able to control it.
Loss of a yard on the fumble. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 3 minutes exactly to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 4. Thank you, Dan. Glen Guant gives Henry. Cedric Henry's in for a touchdown, I think. Now they're going to say he's short. Well, I thought he had it. I've been having a tough time on those goal line calls tonight.
A lot of glare up here in the glass. Here you go. Quick pitch. Give it to the man that's going to get the job done, Cedric Henry. Next quick pitch. Larry Brown does a good job of blocking. He's just riding his back right there. Larry Brown still blocking all the way deep in the end zone. And he's taken down there by Paul Murray.
3rd and goal from the 1. Guant takes the snap, fakes, throws, touchdown, and I think, yes it is, Willie Johnson gets his first offensive touchdown of the year. Willie Johnson was as open as a Christmas present at 10 a.m.
You'll see with my telestrator here, Willie Johnson lined up at the right tight end side there. Everybody's looking for Cedric Henry to probably dive over the top. Nobody goes with Willie Johnson. He just throws the ball, and he makes sure he catches this ball. He wraps it up. We couldn't even see his number. He wrapped that ball so tight. And they're all giving him congratulations on the sideline, and he's excited.
Wilmot's kick is high, but wide right. So with 2:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, Booker has a 7-point lead. Can't miss this one, folks.
Choosing an air conditioning company can be difficult. That's why we recommend Ron Martin Air Conditioning. Over the past 18 years, they've satisfied more than 30,000 customers with prompt, efficient service. They install and maintain quality air conditioning systems like Lennox. Ron Martin Air Conditioning also has a scholarship that is funded through these services. If your child is in need of a scholarship, call for an application. Ron Martin Air Conditioning, your independent Lennox dealer. Not just a company that works in the community, but a company that supports it.
More than you can imagine at Gulf Gate Mall. It's cool. It's hot. Take a look at what we've got. More than just shopping. More than just saving. Selection, style, and value. How satisfy those cravings. Don't walk. Gotta run. For food, fashion, family fun. More than you can imagine at Gulf Gate Mall.
26-19 the score. Booker has gotten the ball and moved. They have scored the last 2 touchdowns now to take the lead by 7. Here's the kickoff at the 4-yard line and dropped at the 5, picked up again, and Adrian Peterson gets the ball back to the 21-yard line. Steve Canon makes the stop.
And again, Ronnie Williams did his patented move coming around the corner. Noticing on the sideline, number 55, Greg Curick, the long snapper, is practicing snaps with quarterback Glen Guant right now. Maybe that was the problem on that extra point. Maybe the snap just wasn't good. So the coach has him over there taking a few extra snaps, or maybe Glen just grabbed him and said, hey, let's practice a few snaps here.
Minute 50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Freddie Lucas has been in all the way. He's got the football on the keeper around the right side to the 25. And Booker Tornado Sean Verhill making the stop.
You say that so well, Sean Verhill.
That's because I took French for 35 years and all in the sophomore year of high school.
Good play action by Freddie Lucas. Tucks the ball in, brings it back out, tries to do the keeper himself. Rahale's got him at the bottom, and Willie Johnson gets him up top. Nice play by the Booker defense.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Again, the double slot formation. Now man in motion. And oh, what a pretty play. George White is going to turn it up. And look at him go at the 40, the 45, the 50. Big block, and he's gone. Whoa! George White on a misdirection play. Touchdown.
Yeah, number 59, Maurice Bowman, had him in the backfield and just missed him. This is basically an end around. He comes out of the slot here. You'll see number 7, George White, comes around. Looks like it's going to go to the outside, but he intercepts it. There you see Maurice Bowman has the opportunity to bring him down, and then he just gets the blocking the rest of the way. You see number 88, Sean Verhale, trying to get him, and here number 9 just lays the block on him. Adrian Peterson gives him the block that sends him the distance.
A 75-yard ramble.
You get the feeling whoever has the ball last tonight may win this ball game?
You may well have it. You may well have it.
But they're going for 2 here, and that might eliminate an overtime game.
Pitch.
And they're not going to make it.
Wrapped up. Maurice Bowman came in and just stopped Ronald Jones dead.
You understand the call, Ralph?
Not at all.
For 2 with 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter?
Especially on the road. Especially on the road.
I mean, there are no more ties, right? I mean, we're going to play this thing out, but you have to tie in order to get into the Kansas tiebreaker. Here you'll see it's a good thought-up play here. They just tried to do a little misdirection, but the play is well defended there by the Booker defense. And they didn't fool any of those guys in the purple jerseys, and they're the ones that made the difference out there on that play. And I'm just confused. I don't really understand. You got to get to the tie situation. I'd have went for the tie and been happy at 26 apiece. But again, Ralph, it goes back to what you were talking about. I don't think Coach Carter has any confidence in his kicking game. We watched their kickoff man, as we'll see here in a moment, and they're not getting anything in on these kicks at all. So they might just not have the ability to score the extra points that way.
You know, there was a time in high school football when that was very common, that you always went for 2 because nobody had any kickers. But with the increase in the amount of soccer that's being played, plus the way that what some would call the sidewinder or the soccer-style kicker has shown more accuracy, and the study of the kicking game, high school kickers are much better kickers. Squib kick, and Santa Fe picks it up. A recovery by Santa Fe. Now, what they did there, Tim, was they set the ball on the ground. There wasn't even a kicking tee.
Well, it was on a tee, actually, Ralph. He just laid it flat down. I can see the tee is still out there on the ground. He laid it flat, and he just kicked it straight into this first line, and that's number 61, T.J. Jones, who is not really familiar with grabbing the ball or getting the ball kicked to him. It slips right through his hands about head high, and Santa Fe jumps on the football right here.
The ball is at the 43-yard line with 36 seconds left in the the 3rd quarter. 26-25 the score. Booker's in front, but Santa Fe's got the ball. They've had 2 long touchdown plays tonight, one of 79 yards, one of 75, and now they're 43 yards from pay dirt in the lead, and we have a timeout. Delay of game against Santa Fe. They'll take a 5-yard penalty, put 16 seconds on the clock. The ball is at the 48. Next week, we are at Riverview, where the Brandon Eagles come in to visit the Riverview Rams. Sounds like the wildlife game of the week, folks. You'll want to join us for that one.
I'll tell you who Booker really misses tonight is number 34, Mark DeLauder. He plays fullback on offense, linebacker on defense, and he's been out sick all week. And, boy, he's on the sideline. He really wants to be playing.
1st and 15. Clock rolling. Pass. And almost intercepted. Whoa, Larry Chestnut went high in the air and almost came down with the football. Take a look at this replay, Tim.
Yeah, as we'll see, you can't see in the screen yet, but Larry Chestnut's just standing back there playing center field. He sees the ball. It's kind of got a lot of air under it. Chestnut goes up, and the receiver actually turns defender and knocks the ball away from Larry Chestnut. But a great play by the safety, Larry Chestnut.
11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Second down, 15. Ball at the 48 in Booker territory. Alachua Santa Fe with the ball. They trail by 1 point. In motion, near side. Big hit up the middle, but still on his feet, down to the 45-yard line. The Alachua Santa Fe running back was Adrian Peterson. Peterson got about 3. 3rd and 2. We've reached the end of the third quarter with the score 26-25. Booker ahead of Santa Fe.
Have you been watching the best original productions on cable TV lately? Well, maybe you didn't know that cable has the biggest stars.
How do you know?
And they're playing the most powerful roles.
I believe all people deserve to fulfill their potential.
Now that you know where to find the best original productions, all the charges against you will be dropped. And with Comcast Cable, you'll stay out of trouble.
I will never leave you.
And enjoy all the best original productions.
Sam, does it seem hot in here to you?
Hot? Like your Tex-Mex chili?
No, I mean it. I think there's something wrong with the air conditioner.
It could be the subarctic freezinator needs adjustment.
The subarctic freezinator?
I modified the AC.
Tim, don't go fixing it yourself. Call Tri-County Air Conditioning.
What's that number again?
485 and a bunch of 2s.
Hello, Tri-County.
A reminder, our game is being brought to you in part by Ron Martin Air Conditioning, your independent Lennox dealer. Not just a company that works in the community, but a company that supports it. And by Gulfgate Mall. More than you can imagine, Gulfgate Mall, featuring Publix, Steinmart, Cobb Theaters, Books A Million, Marshalls, and 50 other fine shops. And, of course, Chicken Club by Albertsons in the Landing Shopping Center on South Tamiami Trail. Chicken Club, the best chicken south of the Mason-Dixon line. Tim, what you have to be interested in right now is what you said earlier. Who's going to have the ball last in this game? This game has gone back and forth all night long. Right now, Santa Fe's got the ball.
Key play right here. 3rd down and 12. Start of the 4th quarter.
Fake. Lucas is sacked in the backfield. Danny Williams comes up big, and Lucas never had a chance. Brought all the way back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 10.
Big plays are made by big players. Danny Williams is 6'2", 210 pounds, and he made a great play. Almost gets the face mask there, but he's determined. He grabs that jersey, brings him down. He also made a great play on the 2nd down play just before a break, and we didn't give him credit for that. So he's made 2 key defensive plays in a row. Danny Williams, a good football player.
4th and 22. Punting situation. But who knows? High snap, pulls it down, gets it off. And Larry Chestnut comes upfield, but we got a flag. Chestnut at the 30 goes down there. Good tackle by Ron Kane of Santa Fe. And judging, I was going to say, judging by where the flag is, it's probably clipping against Booker. And we're looking for the official while you look at the replay.
You'll see it's number 14, Ronnie Williams. No, it's actually the other back who's back there with him. Not sure who that is. It's number 6, Roney, that actually pushed the defender in the back. It's tough. I tell you, we sit up here and sometimes criticize these special teams, but there's guys running all over the place. The running back makes a cut, and you just want to help him out and give him a block, and sometimes that happens. They're just playing hard.
If everybody would just run north-south, there wouldn't be any problems.
Wouldn't be as much fun.
That's true.
I had a penalty call for me one time in high school, playing right offensive guard, and one of our guys ran 67 yards for a touchdown. I got called for holding. That's a sick feeling when they call back a touchdown.
Sure is. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. I never had that problem. It's tough to get called for holding when you're on the bench. Hand off, Cedric Henry. Henry's free at the 20. Turning it upfield. He may go. Cedric Henry with an 89-yard touchdown run.
No flag.
And I don't see any flags. Cedric Henry lights up the scoreboard again.
This kid's in the 10th grade, Ralph. I look at him and just am amazed. What a job by the right side of the offensive line, and the wide receivers got their blocks in on that play, and that makes the difference. Not sure who the wide receiver was up there, but you'll see the come down field. He makes the break at the point of attack. There you see number 12, who is Kenny Turner, and he's making some good blocks and getting in the way of some guys. And Cedric Henry goes 89 yards all the way. Henry's glad for that penalty now. Gives him better stat.
That is his 3rd touchdown of the night.
What a runner.
Just on touchdown runs alone, he has 107 yards.
And no high stepping that time.
You got that right. And the kick is good. Justin Beaumont puts the team up 33-25. The Booker Tornadoes showing the speed of Cedric Henry. Man, I don't know how you can top this one. This is just one of those great high school games. I feel sorry for the guy doing the Agate type in the newspaper in the morning.
I don't know if we can get that replay again out of the truck, but I'll tell you what a pretty play. It'd be worth seeing again. When you got a guy that can run 89 yards and does most of it himself, he gets some good blocking at the point of attack, gets a good block by his wide receivers. I'll tell you what, that's what you'll see a lot of coaches teaching today, is these wide receivers have got to block. Here you'll see the play. Glen Guant takes the snap. Just a straight handoff over the right side. Missed tackle right at the line of scrimmage. And then Cedric Henry does the rest. And you'll see right there at the end of that screen, that was number 12, Kenny Turner, who was actually in the way of 2 of the defenders. And Cedric Henry just going in and just sets the ball down when he gets in the end zone and goes to the sideline, gets a drink.
Says, thank you, sir.
Whew. That's what it's going to be like when he's a senior.
It's an 8-point lead for the Booker Tornadoes. How long it'll hold up is anybody's guess at this point. 10:36 to go. And Wilmot kicks a bit of a squib. Ball is in the air. I don't know if anybody's going to recover it.
That's 3 kickoffs in a row that he's done that with.
Ronald Jones having some trouble with the football. But they finally spot it at about the 20-yard line. That's where it'll be. 1st and 10, well, just inside the 20 for the Alachua Santa Fe Raiders. Great camera work tonight. Got to mention that. The guys who are doing the camera work are picking some great shots. And in this kind of a game where as much is happening, they're staying with the ball very well. Good job, guys. Man in motion, near side. Lucas looking to go long. And it's tipped up and incomplete. Looks like it was Ronnie Williams coverage on the play, along with Cass Watson. I'm going to say that one right. Cass Watson.
And the Booker defense makes an adjustment. You'll see number 3, Larry Chestnut coming in, number 30, Eugene Ash go back. But what happens, they throw the ball to the wrong guy. 40, Chris O'Neill is wide open in the middle of the field again. They got confused between Chestnut and Eugene Ash, who was going to cover him, and he went uncovered again. And he's been open 8 or 9 times tonight. And if Freddie Lucas could ever look to his left, I think it's the rollback thing that we were talking about privately earlier.
2nd and 10, handoff inside. Whoa, horse-collared. I want to say that was Adrian Peterson, who was just rammed down.
I think they're going to call a face mask on it. He was horse-collared too hard. Let's see at the end of this play as they come in. Great play. Handoff to number 1, Ronald Jones, on a little misdirection. And there you'll see, looks like number 60, Derek Cole, comes in there. And then you see the face mask penalty come in at the very end. And they don't like that.
That wasn't so much as a face mask as the inside of the helmet.
The helmet.
Where the helmet meets the face mask. He got caught in there, dragged him down that way. That's a 15-yarder at a 1st down.
Well, it's very dangerous when you turn that neck completely around like that. And what we were talking about earlier with Freddie Lucas is when he drops back at an angle. And he cuts off, and his vision is not sometimes as good to the left side of the field as it is to the right. And most of the time, because his plays are probably designed to go that way. But
Lucas has it himself, and he's wrapped up. Nice tackle by Lorenzo Monix. Was that Monix? Yes, it was. Or it was Larry Chestnut. They were both over on that side of the field, and I think Chestnut's going to get credit for the tackle after a 5-yard, well, no, a 3-yard run by the quarterback, Freddie Lucas.
On that play, number 32, Darrell Williams was in on that play, and he doesn't get a lot of snaps at the running back spot, but he spots these guys, gives them a break. And there was a little confusion between him and Freddie Lucas, and he didn't stay behind him. He got ahead of him, and then Freddie Lucas wanted to pitch it and just had to hold on to it and eat it.
Motion near side. Lucas gets pressure, throws downfield, incomplete. Intended downfield for Chris O'Neill. Darrell Williams, who is in at a slot, we were told we would see him occasionally. Now, the thing about him is he's just a freshman. So if he's seeing time in a varsity game now, again, what are we going to expect in 2 or 3 years from this young man? This team was the defending state champion this year. They will be in the playoffs, at least in the first round. They are the district runner-up. They've got a 4-4 record.
Right, and those 4 losses, 3 of them to state top 10 teams. And what happens is they didn't have Freddie Lucas, and he's making all the difference tonight out there.
3rd and we'll call it 7. Lucas throws right side, pass complete, and coming downfield is Peterson, and I believe he's got the first down, plus a little bit more to the 46-yard line in Booker territory.
Yeah, this is a nice design play. Man in motion, Ronald Jones. You'll see a fake to him. He rolls out to his right a little bit. Nice touch pass out there. Number 60 there for Booker. Derek Cole brings him down at the end of that play, but they get what they need for the first down.
8:40 to go in the ball game. Booker leads by 8, but Santa Fe has the football at the Booker 46-yard line. Lucas hands off inside, and once again Ronald Jones, and look at him go. Jones just keeps barreling along, and he's all the way down to the 26-yard line. Tackled by Cass Watson.
Yeah, actually, that's number 2, William Flagg, who's in the backfield right now, I believe. He just does a straight handoff to him. They've got a big offensive line we've talked about. You can see the blocks being executed. There's guys looking for somebody to block. And, I guess you're right. It is number 9, Adrian Peterson. Again, another mistake by me. You're so right.
Well, you know, we knew coming into this game, you're reminding me of Einstein. Inside joke, folks. Lucas throwing long. Oh, and there's a flag. I don't know, but they're going to call it on Larry Chestnut for pass interference.
Oh, I want to see the replay.
I'll tell you that's close.
Chris O'Neill is still down. I believe that's who it was. And this is a big-time hit. You want to see this one. Watch this replay. This is timing. This is what they do. You see O'Neill going in motion. He swings around and does a little post pattern up the middle. He's wide up. Boy, that. I don't think you can time it any better than that.
No, I think what they're going to say that he had his left arm on his back as he was coming in. That hit him before the ball got there. I think that's what they're going to call.
They went head-to-head. How does he get his hand on his back?
Dan, is there a way we can get a look at like the last 2 seconds of that in slow-mo? Yeah.
Frame by frame. Unless they're... Let's see, the ball's in the air.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there's the hit there. There's the hit, yep.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Even on slow-mo, those referees are good, I guess. That's a critical call in this ball game.
15 yards.
Glad to see Chris O'Neill get up. That was a big-time hit. Who made that hit, Ralph?
Larry Chestnut.
Big-time hit.
Ball is at the 12. 1st and 10 there. Motion. Jones has it. Right side. Sweeps in. Touchdown. Big play.
Boy,
all the way around.
Penalty made a big difference there. You know, you don't want to criticize, and that's not our intent, but they don't get the instant replay like we do. They have to make the call at full speed and make the call they think is right. But here's Ron Jones, runs around the outside, and just again, this offensive line does a really good job of opening holes. And now they're down by 2. They're going to go for 2. Little confusion out there, changing some personnel. Looks like they just changed the playing. Chris O'Neill came back in, number 40.
7:51 to go. The clock will not run, of course, during the point after touchdown attempt. Lucas looks to throw into the end zone. Pass is complete. And who got the football? Can't tell down in the corner. We will get the glasses on it.
Like Tony
Passes
Rollins.
to Adrian Peterson. Number 9.
What do I know?
And the two-point conversion makes it a 33-33 ball game with 7:51 to go. We've had 66 points scored in this game. Could be more except for missed conversion opportunities. There have been in this ball game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 touchdowns.
And folks, he left his shoes on to get to that 10 number.
Well, you got to do what you can. We'll be back with more right after this.
What people say about you is important. Here's what customers at Sarasota Nissan Jeep Eagle say about us.
Yes, we did shop around. We compared other dealerships.
They shopped all the major dealers.
He did shop around. He went up to Bradenton and down to Venice.
I'm seeing anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 that we have saved.
Probably $1,500.
We saved about $1,000 by coming here.
I'm definitely a satisfied customer.
At Sarasota Nissan Jeep Eagle, our #1 priority is customer satisfaction.
Consult the expert at Lanning Tire because Steve knows imports.
Yes, I do. At Lanning Tire, we know all about every import make and model. Did you know there are 27 different speed ratings in the tire industry? At Lanning Tire, we know which one will make your car handle best.
Steve also knows full service. If you need a tune-up, oil change, repair, shocks, struts, or brakes, call Lanning Tire today. Remember, at Lanning Tire, we work around you.
Our ball game is being brought to you in part by Ron Martin Air Conditioning, Gulfgate Mall, and the Chicken Club. And we'll tell you more about those fine sponsors as we tell you more about what's going on with this ball game. A 33-33 tie. 7:51 to go. And, Jim, you may be right. Who gets the ball last? Here's the kickoff. It goes to Henry at the 15. Henry is looking for some running room at the 20. He cuts outside. He's at the 30, the 40. Got some more across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Cedric Henry comes up. We got a hit and a tackle by number 81 for Achua Santa Fe, and we have no idea who he is.
And what an advantage for an offense when you can start in your opponent's territory just about every time you get the ball. And they've had some excellent runbacks tonight between number 25, Cedric Henry, number 12, Kenny Turner. These guys have done a great job, and let's give the special teams here some credit for opening up some big holes and a little misdirection there.
Ball is at the 46, 7.5 minutes to go. Booker right now has the ball. It's a 33-33 tie, in case you're just joining us. Handoff inside. Cedric Henry is met in the backfield. Looked like it was Tony Rollins, number 8.
Yeah, this play never quite develops. Offensive line just gets beat at the line of scrimmage. They're in the backfield there, and I can't tell who that is. Somebody makes an excellent play there to bring him down in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
Loss of 3, second down 13. The ball is just outside the 46-yard line. The Tornadoes need to get to the 34 in Raider territory. Henry in motion. Direct snap to Gant. Drop, pressure. He's going to be dropped. The sack. And the Raiders' Joey Szymanski once again comes in with a tackle. Also there was number 71, Robert Wheeler.
Yeah, again, Ralph, there's a breakdown in the offensive line. Defensive ends are getting in there and making some good tackles. And really something interesting that I'm noticing right here. There's a mismatch, and if they can get this mismatch lined up, they've got number 1, Marcus Waters, on that last play. He didn't have time to get rid of the ball one-on-one with number 22, Rodrigo Falston, who's only 5'5", and Marcus Waters has got to be at least 6'2". I think you can get a good mismatch there.
Ronnie and Turner. And the passes in the backfield to Henry on a screen. Can't get a block. Still does a lot on his own. Gets back to the 49. Gain of about a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down. And this is a punting situation. We may see the punt team. They've run 2 fakes tonight that have worked well. And Chris O'Neill gets credit for a tackle.
This is a screenplay that Booker sets up, except for the defender gets inside of the wall. You see the wall there, the 3 Booker blockers, but it just breaks down from that point. He only gets about a 2 or 3 yard gain. See if they made some adjustments at halftime. This is their first punt, I believe, of the second half.
They've got somebody out covering Jarvis Roney just in case. Good snap, good punt. And at the 15-yard line, Peterson has it. He's coming back across the 25, almost to the 30-yard line. Ronnie's in on the tackle, along with Lorenzo Monix.
Santa Fe got away with a block in the back, number 22, as we were just talking about. He pushes his guy. You'll see at the bottom of your screen, you can't get the number of who he's covering. Right here, you'll see he really gives him a push with his right elbow in the back. And the referee's trailing the play, but he's not close enough to see if it was really any contact there or not.
1st and 10 at the 29. Wide receiver to the far side is George White. Also in is Chris O'Neill. And they've had some success running the ball. Peterson's got it coming up the middle. And he twists and spins his way forward to about the 34-yard line. There were about 4 Booker Tornadoes who hit him. And they were there.
Yeah, this offensive line is big, and they're just starting to wear down Booker's defense here. They've been able to run the ball pretty well in the second half. And they've got a couple running backs with pretty strong, powerful legs, and they don't give up.
4.5 minutes to go in the game. It's tied 33-33. If the Tornadoes can hold here, they can probably get some decent field position. But Peterson is going to put that theory to rest real quick. He's down to the 47-yard line. There must have been at least 4 missed tackles by the Tornadoes before Cass Watson came in to make the stop.
Yeah, and Willie Johnson is one of the first guys that misses, and you won't see Willie miss many tackles. Number 33 sliding over from his linebacker slot. Can't actually find him on that replay. Maybe I was wrong. But determination by the running backs of Santa Fe, and they've done a good job in the second half.
At the 47, it's 1st and 10. 3:50 to go in the game. Jones on the end around out to about the 50-yard line, maybe just shy, gain of 2 on the play. Coming out of that slot and coming around the end, he gets a head of steam up as he goes and takes that corner. But the Booker Tornadoes are right there. They hold him to a 2-yard gain.
Steve Canon made a fine tackle on that play, just sliding down the line of scrimmage. And you're saying when this guy gets to the line of scrimmage with the ball, he's already running his full speed. So for these linebackers to get the angle on him is very important.
2nd and 8, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the game. And there was some motion. I don't think they're going to call it. Give up the middle, and look at the running room for Peterson. He's down to the 38-yard line in Booker territory. The Tornadoes have to stiffen up here. They're not going to have time to get the ball back downfield.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of trapping on the line of scrimmage, and these guys are just doing some counter plays. They got guys, like you say, coming out of the slot, and there you see Ronald Jones coming out of the slot. They give the ball to the first man through, which is Peterson, and these linemen just do a great job. And boy, they had them 2nd down and 8 to give them a first down. That just takes the wind out of you. And they're going to have to dig in here, Booker. They're going to hold this thing.
At the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for Achua Santa Fe. The Raiders. Quarterback Lucas looking long. Pass is almost intercepted. It was tipped away by Chris O'Neill, who couldn't get his hands on the ball. But I thought for sure it was going to be in the hands of Larry Chestnut.
This would be ironic, Ralph. We talked about all night about the kicking game. Aragon, they're setting up this pass. And Chris O'Neill has been pretty much open all night at will. Here they're finding him. He's coming from the top of the screen across. And again, it goes off his hands. Maybe for a lot, but it'd be funny. Not funny because we want Booker to win this ball game, but kind of ironic this thing goes down to a kick for Santa Fe.
If it goes down to a kick for Santa Fe, I think we're playing overtime.
Okay. Mark that down, sports fans.
Quick jump pass right side. It is complete to O'Neill, and he's out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, this is just what you call a jump pass. Just Freddie Lucas just takes the ball. He just pops one real quick out there to Chris O'Neill and gets up a block there by number 7, George White, and gets about a 5-yard gain.
That was the same kind of play that Warren Sapp intercepted on Sunday for the Buccaneers and got a 5-yard touchdown run at him.
The moon has turned yellow. Big play right here, Ralph.
Third down and 3. Handoff inside once again. Adrian Peterson. He is in for the touchdown. Adrian Peterson with a 30-yard touchdown run. Any flags? There are none. And so Santa Fe scores with 2:22 left on the clock.
And a big extra point coming up, Ralph. Here you see again, it's just a handoff to Peterson. Again, good blocking. Chris O'Neill gets down there from his tight end spot and makes a good block on the linebacker. At 26, Kaz Watson doing everything he can. But we've got a couple of tired teams out there, and Booker looks just a tad more tired. Key extra point as they try to kick one through.
Ball is down. It's good. Score is 40-33.
Not a bad kick, Ralph. Ralph, if they were going to score, it's good that they scored and left 2 minutes and 22 seconds. We talked about the team with the ball last. Booker looks like it's going to have the ball last. They're going to have to see what they do. I watched Cedric Henry. As soon as they scored, he walked over to the bench and he just like was telling himself, okay, it's time to put it up and let's go. So,
well, we shall see what we shall see. Let us tell you about Ron Martin Air Conditioning, your independent Lennox dealer. Not just a company that works in the community, but a company that supports it. And Gulfgate Mall, more than you can imagine. Gulfgate Mall. They feature Publix, Steinmart, Cobb Theaters, Books A Million, Marshalls, and 50 other fine shops. That's Gulfgate Mall. And the Chicken Club, located in the landings near Albertsons on the South Trail. Chicken Club, with some of the finest chicken anywhere in the South. You know where that Mason-Dixon line is? You're not going to find any chicken better. I don't think anywhere. But I'm going to just say the South, because it's been a long time since this old boy's been up north. 2:22 to go in the game. 40-33 is the score. And we will see who's going to hit the jumper from the three-point line to finish the scoring contest off.
and Ralph, I believe you are prophesizing here, and we'll see what we will see. I think that will come true.
A jumper from the three-point line? Well, the Coliseum is right down about 250 feet away from Tornado Alley.
Well, it's gut check time for the Tornadoes. They're going to have to put it all together here on this last drive.
High and over-end kick. And it goes to, I believe it's Kenny Turner. And the Tornadoes will get the ball at the 34-yard line.
Of all the drives not to get the good return, they could have used one there.
They really do have good field position, though. At the 34, the way these two teams have scored, the trick is now not to score too quickly. Take 2 minutes to go down the field and score.
I know they got to score first, but what do you do if you do score? Do you go for two and the win, or you go for the tie and play a little extra?
Now let's see if the Tornadoes can get the touchdown first. Gant looks to throw. Pass is complete. Roney at the 40, the 45, and dragged out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A first down for the Booker Tornadoes. George White gets credit for the tackle.
Nice play by Booker here. The Glen Guant just 2 steps back, throws it out to Roney. It's a dangerous pass because that defensive end right there, that pass isn't thrown properly. He can knock it down or pick it off. And Roney gets the first down, which stops the clock at 1:55 to go.
They set the sticks, and the clock will not start until the snap of the ball because Roney went down out of bounds. On the near side now, Marcus Waters, and you've got to know they're going to try to cover him like a glove. He has shown great potential as a freshman in his first varsity game. Waters is open downfield. Here's the pass. He gathers it in at the 15. 5, touchdown, Booker! Yes, sir.
And that's the mismatch I was talking about earlier, Ralph. Number 22, Rodrigo Falston, fell behind Marcus Waters. The pass was underthrown, but Peralta couldn't get... Oh, I'm excited. Rodrigo could not get back in time. They put double coverage on him. Number 1 was up there at the line of scrimmage. He just lets him go. They're looking for a screen pass to Cedric Henry or something. Then we get the single coverage. We can't see it in the screen. Glen Guant even thought about tucking away and running it. But you'll see 22, he's just not tall enough at 5'5" to cover the much taller Marcus Waters. I don't know, he's 6'2" or so. He's a tall, lanky fella. And what a great play and exciting. 2 touchdowns as a freshman in your first game.
I'm going to get some help from our producer in the truck. Dan, was that about a 65-yard touchdown pass? It's about the line of scrimmage was right, was the 46-yard line. It's a 64-yard TD pass. Now, what do the Tornadoes do? There's a timeout. The officials are talking. The head coach, John Carter of the Santa Fe Raiders, is visiting with his team. The entire Booker team is on the sideline visiting with Leroy Ryals.
They have nothing to lose, really, by going for 2. I mean, they want to get the win, of course, but they're in the playoffs. This is a non-district game. You'll see it was a low snap from the beginning. Gant breaks down a little bit here. He sees covered men out there, but then all of a sudden, the defender had a little bit of trouble. And there you see the ball. It's really kind of underthrown. He had him so wide open, he did not want to miss him. And Marcus Water jumps a little bit here at the end, and you got to be careful about that celebration, Marcus. I'm sure the coaches will be talking about that.
Ooh.
But
40-39 is the score now, and there's still a minute 44 left.
Ralph, put yourself in Coach Ryals' position. What do you do?
This is a big game for Booker. Why is this a big game? They're coming off a loss last week. They're playing a team that was state champions a year ago, a team that's definitely going to the playoffs, just like Booker. Now, because they are both second-place teams in their divisions, their playoff games will be on the road. So the question is, how much do you want to show? Do you want to show everything, or do you want to give these guys a tussle in case you face them again in the playoffs?
That's exactly right, Ralph. If you look at the sideline here, all the helmets have the number 8 on the back of their helmets. And that's for Sean Phelps, who broke his neck earlier in the year against Sarasota. And I asked Coach Ryals before the game, will he ever be able to play football again? He said yes, most definitely, if he wants to. But that's really neat to see the 8 on the back of the helmets. There you can see it again. Number 8 for Sean Phelps, who's not here tonight, I don't believe, but I'm sure he'll be watching this game Saturday morning. We're going for 2, sports fans.
Here we go. It's all right here for the Booker Tornadoes, at least for now.
Coach Ryals wants a timeout, it looks like, but he's not getting it.
Gant, long snap count to Henry.
Run it in.
Henry.
Run it in. He's got it.
Oh, he's got it.
Hello, baby.
Yes, 2. And the fans on the near sideline have a reason to celebrate. Booker has gone out in front, 41-40. A great call. Gant sticks the ball in the belly of Cedric Henry, pulls it back out, takes it himself. I know he fooled me, and he got the Santa Fe defenders too.
I don't know if anybody watched the Monday night football game with the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Their head coach was trying to get a timeout. I believe that was the game. They were trying to get a timeout called, and nobody would listen to them. And they went for 2 and made the 2-point conversion. And they called it the best timeout never called. And I believe that right now Ryals and the rest of the team will be happy that they never got that timeout called. That was a well-designed play. They cleaned it out. I could see it from up here that there was nobody that was going to stop Glen Guant. And he was determined to get it in. What a great play.
41-40, Booker up by 1. Still a minute 44 on the clock. I may have to go to a second page on my scoring summary, folks. I'm using legal-sized paper. Doesn't matter. 41-40. 81 points scored tonight. And I think we used the word in the first quarter, a barn burner. This is it, folks. This is the definition of a barn burner.
If you ever kick one into the end zone, this is where you want to do it now. Kick it through the end zone.
That's Justin Wilmot's job right now. Justin Wilmot will kick. Deep is Adrian Peterson. He's standing at the 10. Big, high, end-over-end kick. Peterson carries it into the end zone.
What a great kick by Justin Wilmot.
Just what the Booker Tornadoes needed. Santa Fe will get the ball at the 20-yard line with 1:44 left. 80 yards to go.
I think you're going to see every athlete, top athletes out there. Cedric Henry on the field right now.
There is no time to hold back. Cedric Henry is on the sideline, sitting on a table next to Tony Campbell, one of the defensive linemen. Hold'em Tornadoes for the final 1:44.
They'll give him the short stuff. Here comes Bowman.
He's going to try to throw it long.
No.
He's across the line of scrimmage. He's got to carry it. Takes it out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
And the ball boy is running for his life. That was a good play, though. Bowman got in there. Willie Johnson was in there. They broke down the pass. What's hard here is if they want to try to throw the ball long, it's not going to happen. The defensive backs, Larry Brown and Larry Chestnut and Eugene Ash, are all playing about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, and you see the ball boy there at the end of that play running to get out of the way. It's going to be tough to go long. They're going to have to take what they give them here.
Well, you get downfield and put enough sideline passes in, you can get down pretty far in a minute 37. Pass downfield. Intercepted! It's going to be put away! Cass Watson! Touchdown! And the Booker Tornadoes have opened it up with 1:27 to go. Cass Watson with a 37-yard interception return.
Does it get any better than this, Ralph? I'm telling you, this is exciting. This is exciting. Cass Watson has been wanting that all night. He deserves it. He has played his heart out tonight. How long was that interception? Let's try to find it on the replay. And he was just playing center field. Just like I said, it's going to be hard to go long. And they're not trying to go long. They're trying to throw about a 10 to 15-yard route. And Cass Watson steps in front at about the 38-yard line, it looks like. And no one is going to catch him. When you got guys like 76 and 71 and 56 chasing you, and you got a number like 26, you've got a good shot.
47-40. Go for the point. Make it an 8-point lead. That's exactly what Leroy Ryals is going to do here. Leroy Ryals sends in his kicker, Justin Wilmot. Gant Holmes' kick is good. Yes. Makes it 48-40. Booker leads Santa Fe from Alachua. But with 1:27 left, still an 8-point lead isn't safe. What a game this has been.
Oh, it's in everything you want to see. Offense, defense, special teams, blocked punts, fake punts. We have seen it all tonight here at Tornado Alley, and the fans and the band are just going berserk.
13 touchdowns on the night. Unbelievable total. And we're not done yet.
Minute 27 is an eternity, man. These guys can score so quickly, as we just saw there, and we saw earlier with Santa Fe, and we've seen it with Cedric Henry. It just takes one play for these guys to score. Except in this situation, Ralph, these guys are playing back on defense. Like I said, they're 10 to 15 yards back, and they'll even have someone back a little bit farther this time. You don't want to let them get behind you. You want to have someone fast back there that can stop.
But remember, the very first touchdown that Santa Fe scored, when George White connected with Freddie Lucas on a 75-yard touchdown pass and run, White was able to get behind the Booker defenders.
But that was because Eugene Ash was right up at the line of scrimmage. If you watch him this time, he won't see him up there.
Short kick, Peterson. He cuts up the middle and goes to the 25-yard line. And with 1:21 to go, it's not over yet, but Santa Fe's got 75 yards to go.
Another nice deep kick by Justin Wilmot. And really just trying to find a hole here, and he can't find one. You'll see Larry Chestnut, or Larry Brown, I mean, come in there and make a nice diving tackle to put him down at the 25-yard line. 75 yards from pay dirt.
1:12 and counting on the clock. Adrian Peterson is the man in the backfield, but Ronald Jones is a slot man in motion. Lucas fades. Pressure? None. Throws downfield. Pass is complete. What a hit. Whoa, did Ronald Jones take a hit at the 49-yard line. They will stop the clock till they set the chains. Larry Chestnut gets the tackle. They set the chains. The clock will start at 55 seconds. They roll it.
One thing about the prevent defense, and that's what Booker's in, I'm not really always sure what it prevents. It sure gets you scared if you're watching this game, but they get going down the field, and looks like we got someone down, and I believe it's Larry Chestnut.
It is
he really
Larry
made a stick on that play. He walked around a little bit, and then he walked over, and he just kind of fell down face first at the 41-yard line, and that'll bring Cedric Henry into the ball game.
Larry Chestnut gave him a shot head up. And I just hope there's nothing serious there.
See what happened on that one.
Larry Chestnut gave him a shot, but Cedric Henry, as you mentioned, is the man who comes in to replace him.
Here you'll see Larry Chestnut is kind of playing center field. He's the safety back there. He's just watching. He wants no one to get behind him. And you'll see he really dives in there. Now, he looks fine at this point, and he does come off the field on his own power.
It looked like he might have had a little shot to the shoulder the way he came in and made the tackle. Yeah. But he's fine. He's up on the sideline, and he's talking with the training staff. Ball is at the 49 in their own territory for the Raiders. Lucas fades. Now gets some pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Willie Johnson came in, put the first hit on him. Danny Williams finished him off back at his own 35-yard line. 31 seconds left following the sack.
Yeah, that's what you call a coverage sack. They've got good coverage out there. The cornerbacks, the safeties, they're picking up their men well. And there you see Willie Johnson fighting off the block, and number 58, Danny Williams, coming through. And Willie Johnson spins him around, slows him down. And then number 58, Danny Williams, finishes him off. Big loss.
Santa Fe takes the timeout. It is time for Coach John Carter to see what tricks he has left in his magic hat. Since he's not wearing a hat, I don't know if he's got any tricks left. The ball is at the 35. 31 seconds left. While we have the opportunity, let's thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Ron Martin Air Conditioning, a company that not only works in the community, but a company that supports it. Gulfgate Mall, with 50 fine shops, plus Publix, Steinmart, Cobb Theaters, Books A Million, and Marshalls. And Chicken Club. While we have an opportunity, too, let's thank our broadcast production crew. Our producer is Dan Knispel. Our director is Scott Wilson. On the cameras, we have Steve Donaldson and John Parmenter. Kathy Lynn back at the studio showing you the replay you're watching. I'm Ralph Giannotti. Our announcer is Tim Garvey, and a special thanks to our spotter, Michael Giannotti, who's getting better week in and week out. Here's the pass. Pass is incomplete on second and call it 24. 3 seconds tick off the clock. There are 27 seconds left. Third and 24 is almost irrelevant at this point, Tim. You want to get down within striking range. You want really to get down to about the 30-yard line on this play. However, if you can get back of this 24, say you can get 14, it'll get you 4th and 10, and that's doable.
Right.
4th and 24 is real hard. So you want to get some of it. A good enough chunk that what your next play is doable.
27 seconds left on the clock, Ralph.
Tony Mason comes in as a slot man. Lucas looking to go deep. Passes over the head of the intended receiver. Ronnie Williams intercepts at the 41, and the Booker Tornadoes have put it away.
And Ralph, we want to watch this replay, and then I want to make a comment about our broadcast crew here. You'll see here, they're just trying, like you say, anything they can do to get the ball down. They need a first down before they can go any farther. Plenty of time. The defensive line was not rushing all that hard. They were kind of containing. It goes off the receiver's hands right into Ronnie Williams. One thing about our spotter, Mike Giannotti, he's a gamer. He has done this game tonight with stitches in his knee, and he's still been able to do a fine, just a wonderful job of spotting tonight.
Well, before anybody says anything else, it's because he had a bicycle accident. I had nothing to do with it.
Uh-huh. You beat him with a bike.
And the clock winds down. That's it. Booker Tornadoes take it 48-40 in a great game. Folks, they don't get much better than this. I'm not going to recap the scoring because sooner or later we have to get off the air.
We'll be here all night.
Yes, we do want to remind you.
It's everything you want to see, though, in a football game.
Next week we're at the Ram Bowl. We will visit.